Wyoming and came out on the winning end of a 38-34 score. Torrington led 14-2 at the end of one quarter, led 21-6 at halftime, and from then on outscored Burns in that second half and came away with the 38-34 win for their fifth win of the year. Their other wins have come against Lovell, Lander Valley, Wheatland, and they did beat Newcastle earlier this season. Gering Lady Bulldogs at 500 once again on the year at 6-6. Split the weekend, winning over Shadron Friday night, but then losing to Scottsbluff out at Western Nebraska Community College Saturday night, 60-51. In that game, Gering led by 2 at the end of the first quarter, 17-15. But it was a big second quarter by Scottsbluff. They outscore Gering in that second quarter, 23-8. Scottsbluff leads 37-25 at halftime. Scottsbluff expanded that lead to 44-37 at the end of 3. And Scottsbluff outscored Gering in the fourth quarter, 16-14, to get the 60-51 win. The only Gering player in double figures was Gering's Kelly Snelling with 12 points. Olivia Schaub and Paige Lopez chipped in 9, and Chloe Fries off the bench had 8 points for Gering. As a team, Gering shot 38% from the field, 31% from behind the arc, 79% from the free throw line, and they out-rebound Scottsbluff 33-24. So it'll be Torrington and Gering, a boy-girl doubleheader tonight. And earlier today, KNEB Sports Director Chris Cottrell caught up with girls head coach Steve Land. And that interview's next as the Platte Valley Company's pregame show continues after this on 960 AM KNEB.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience.
Visit the experts at Paul Reed Construction, your authorized Big Green Egg dealer.
Back on the Platte Valley Company's pregame show. Chris Cottrell joining the fray here for just a few minutes as we catch up with Gering girls head basketball coach Steve Land. Girls and boys doubleheader action tonight on KNEB with Gering hosting Torrington, going in the zone with Coach Land. Our pregame visit brought to you by The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing. Shane Wilson and his staff do a great job seeing for all your upcoming spring sports needs. Coach went the way for the Lady Bearcats on Saturday night. We talked briefly on the post-game show there at halftime of the boys contest, and you kind of made note that it's that one quarter right now that's kind of sticking in the craw and keeping you guys from getting over the hump. Overall, that second quarter, they outscored you 23-8. What was the difference in that 8-minute stretch?
I think we looked at video last night and before practice and showed them that when you take quick shots and long shots, we have no rebounders and they run out. We don't have everybody matched up defensively, so we're not getting back in defensive transition. So we ran some drills last night to try to fix that. And, just recognize that we can't take bad shots. And once we saw that on tape, I think the girls kind of agreed. And we also showed them the other end of the court where they were hitting wide open threes and getting a couple layups, and that's where you got to a run. And if we can stop that run and be a little smarter on the court, I think we can make them improvements, and then we won't give up that large quarter like we did.
How tough is
Saturday
it?
night.
How tough is it to go from showing a team all that stuff on film to then doing some drills in practice? But then once things get sped up and the bright lights are on, how tough is it for them to stay disciplined? And who does that fall on? Does that fall on your backcourt? Does that fall on a senior? How do you translate from film room to practice to game situation?
I think it's all the above. The kids that are taking the shots, I think they're just getting a little bit too aggressive at, wanting to do well for the team, maybe taking that, maybe bailing out and jacking up a long ball. This day and age, I think Charles Barkley made comment about the NBA taking all threes all the time, and I think we're shooting a little bit too much from the three-point line. Once we worked the ball in the second half, got the ball to our post, we did a lot better. We didn't give up defensive baskets because of that, and we made note of that too. So I think you can fall in love. I think that's another challenge tonight. We'll see a lot of zone, a lot of 2-3 zone, a lot of 3-2 zone from Torrington, and it's a different ball game. We'll see three-quarter court presses, full court zone presses. Jeff just throws a lot of different things at you, and we had one night to prepare for it. So we looked good at times breaking the press last night. But like you said, when the bright lights come on, sometimes we have a difference of opinion between me and players, but ultimately, we got to execute and not turn the ball over. We had 21 turnovers again against Scottsbluff, and our goal is 15 or less on every game we go into. Just the speed that we play at, we know we're going to have some turnovers, but we got to limit maybe not making that threaded needle pass and things like that.
Big picture with the game of basketball, and maybe we'll just focus this on the high school level, obviously, but I've read or heard so many people talking about if you're not getting layups, maybe you need to be taking threes. That mid-range game, it's the lost art. Do you agree that you're either getting layups or threes, or is there still a place for the 10 to 15, 17-foot jump shot?
Well, I'll tell you what, there's not a lot of people taking them. Sharing the basketball, our posts are getting the ball, and then we had a lot of guards just standing around once the posts get it. We had a really good learning session last night, and hopefully it carries over to the game.
I guess the positive is outside of that, and of course the second quarter counts. That it's a 4-quarter game, but in the other 3 quarters you played pretty solid basketball. In fact, you probably outscored Scottsbluff in those 3 quarters. Let's get to tonight's matchup and a key to the game with Gering ahead of tip-off here against Torrington High. Key to the game brought to you by Team Auto Center, home of that lifetime warranty. You get it with every new vehicle from Team Auto. You talked about some of the different things they'll be doing, changing defenses, making it difficult for you to maybe get in rhythm with what you think they're going to do. What are some extra keys to get in rhythm?
Executing, not turn the ball over, and tough ball for rebounding. They're all over the place. They're grabbing rebounds like crazy, and we definitely need to out-rebound them. And, shoot from the perimeter. We definitely have to have some shots open to us. There's 2 or 3 different keys to the game.
Care Heilbrunn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbrunn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
When was the last time you were at Teacher's Corner? We're now TC and More. Come see what you've been missing. Clothing, jewelry, flags, home decor, toys, American made. Stop in and see what you've been missing. TC and More, downtown Scottsbluff.
Come see the Very Hungry Caterpillar live at the Midwest Theater on January 21st. The story is told on stage through the magic of black light and fanciful puppets as it follows the wonderful adventures of a very tiny and very hungry caterpillar, as well as others' favorite stories by author Eric Carle. The Very Hungry Caterpillar live at the Midwest Theater on January 21st. For tickets, call 632-4311 or visit midwesttheater.com.
My big secret for designing a quality kitchen on a budget is J&K Cabinetry. They have all the great standard features that my clients love. Solid wood doors and frames, soft close doors and drawers, dovetail joinery. The quality is amazing. J&K Cabinetry has 17 beautiful locations, sells directly to designers, contractors, and dealers, and provides plenty of options for a semi-custom look. But the most important thing is having a satisfied client and just seeing how much they love their kitchen. J&K Cabinetry, a new kitchen around you.
ZM Lumber in Scottsbluff, your local headquarters for J&K Cabinetry.
Our national anthem here tonight by the Gering High Pep Band as we get ready for the start of this girls basketball game. And the starting lineups are brought to you by Western Nebraska Community College. From diplomas to degrees, it's for me. Learn more at WNCC.edu. As As Torrington being introduced, it'll be Danny Masterton, a 5'6 junior. Avery Fox, Brielle Bivens, a 5'7 senior. Reese Holly, a 5'11 freshman. Laura Holly, a 5'9 senior. And the final one being introduced here this evening is Sam Hill, 5'10 and a junior. For Gering, they will start the 5 seniors once again. It'll be Paige Lopez, a 5'4 senior. Olivia Schaub, a 6' senior. Kelly Snelling at a guard, 5'5 and a senior. Ariana Mitchell, 5'11 and a senior. And Jenna Baltazar, 5'10 and a senior. Gering in the home white uniforms tonight with the blue letters and numbers trimmed in gold. And for Torrington, they are in the maroon uniforms with gray letters and numbers trimmed in white. So once again for Torrington will be Brielle Bivens along with Reese Holly, Sam Hill, Laura Holly, and Danny Masterson for Torrington. Well, an opening tip brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza at 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff. It's love at 425 degrees. And don't forget to register for the Papa Murphy's Text Club for a sweet deal. Torrington head coach Jeff Holly out with his girls as we get ready to get this game underway. As Olivia Schaub will jump it up for Gering. And Reese Holly at 5'11 to jump it up for Torrington. Torrington coached by Jeff Holly. Gering, of course, coached by Steve Land. As the ball is up and we are underway, is that opening tap taken by Torrington. Torrington will move from right to left here in this first half. Holly has it, goes inside to Reese Holly. They try to get it inside one more time. Olivia Schaub blocks the pass, and Gering will come the other way as they move left to right. On the wing, 3 ball, Olivia Schaub, count it. Olivia Schaub gets Gering rolling early with a 3 ball as she shoots 29% from beyond the arc. As Masterson has it, gives it off to Laura Holly. She pulls up from 15 feet, and Laura Holly drains it. And it's a 3-2 ball game. Schaub holds the ball above her head on the wing. Underhand pass to Snelling. Look down low. They find Mitchell on the block right side. Nothing doing. She'll have to kick it out, and she will throw it into the backcourt and over and back. Called on Gering. And a turnover. We'll give it right back to Torrington with a chance here to take the lead. Laura Holly, a 5'9 senior. Reese Holly, a 5'11 freshman. Both in the lineup as Bivens drives baseline left, can't score it. Baltazar pulls down the rebound, and as she hands it to Paige Lopez, it's knocked out of her hands. Will remain with Gering. 15 rebounds for Jenna Baltazar Saturday night in the loss to Scottsbluff. Gering works it around the arc to the left side to Lopez, starts a drive. Now she'll bounce to Baltazar, kick out back to Lopez for a 3 ball, and Paige gets on the board with her first 3 of the game. And Gering takes a 4-point lead, 6.5 minutes left first quarter. Masterson drives left side to Holly for a 3 from the right corner that misses everything. Baltazar comes down with the rebound. Outlet, Lopez quickly ahead on the run out. Snelling to the basket, off the glass. Layup doesn't go. But that'll send Kelly Snelling to the free throw line. And the foul was on Reese Holly. That'll be her first, as Kelly Snelling, shooting 67% from the line this season, hits the first one. 12 points for her in the loss to Scottsbluff. She was Gering's leading scorer last Saturday night. Second quarter that was not one to remember for Gering. Snelling good on both of those. And Gering takes a 6-point lead with 6:15 left here in the first quarter. Lopez picks up Masterson as she comes into the front court. Get it down low. to Bivens, and she starts a drive but shovels her feet. And the turnover gives the ball back to Gering. Lopez will walk it into the front court. Left side over to Schaub, top of the key, back to Lopez. Looked at the three, didn't take it. Cross court pass, Snelling from the right wing. Too strong there. There's Lopez with the rebound. Put back won't go, but Page will go to the line to shoot two. We'll be sure to listen to the game today, and you can relive it tomorrow on the podcast page at kneb.com. Brought to you by First State Bank of Scottsbluff and Gering. Page's first trip to the free throw line in the game. It's that one. She comes in tonight only 53% from the free throw line. Misses the second one. Rebound tipped around as Baltazar and Holly tie up. Possession will give the ball. And they also. And a foul called on Baltazar, her first. But gives the ball to Torrington. Pressure by Gering. Holly with it. Holds the ball now. Gives it up to Bivens. Bivens up the left side to the baseline, and she's fouled from behind from Kelly Snelling. And apparently Torrington thought it was Gering's ball. They were sprinting down to the defensive end. It'll be his ball underneath their own basket. Baseline right, looking to get it in, stolen away. Paige Lopez gets her hand in there. Brings it across to the free throw line, tries to dish down low, finds Schaub. She can't do anything with it, kick it back out to Lopez. Head fake to Schaub, top of the key. Snelling, three ball, back iron, high rebound, battling. Baltazar can't pull it down. She'll give it up to Masterson, and she'll bring it across for Torrington. Into the front court as Torrington works from right to left. To Holly on the wing. They try to go inside. Down low to Reese Holly. Her shot doesn't go. She draws the foul. Tori Schwartz, Brock Ayler, Dave Hawksworth, our officiating crew tonight here from Gering High School. Foul was on Ariana Mitchell, her first, as Reese Holly, the 5'11 freshman, makes it 9-3. 50% from the free throw line for Holly. Second one on the way, too strong, long run down by Mitchell as Avery Fox into the Torrington lineup. Fox and the Gering in, they get it around to Schaub. Her three doesn't go. So Lopez battles for the rebound, runs it down baseline. Now she'll drive baseline, kick to Ariana Mitchell, who lays it up and in. Ariana Mitchell with her first two, 11-3, 4:43 left in the first quarter as Torrington turns the ball over. 30-second.
We're back on the Platte Valley Company's pregame show. Between games, Chris Cottrell joining the broadcast once again. We'll get it back to Jeff. Between games, Chris Cottrell. Between games, Chris Cottrell joining the broadcast once again. We'll get it back. Between games, Chris Cottrell.
Gering on the push. Lopez takes it into the paint. Kick out. Snelling. 3-ball. Count no. And round and the rim and out. Rebound pulled down by Hill. She's hounded by Mitchell. She'll get it to Avery Fox. Trying to avoid the double team. Fox into the Torrington offensive end. Into the paint. Kick to the right side. As Holly has it. Laura goes inside to Reese. Step back. And an offensive foul as Holly pushed off. That'll be the second on her. Kelsey Bonsack checking in along with Chloe Fries for Gering. The only Gering Bulldog we will not see tonight will be Kiara Guayo, suffering from a concussion. She suffered last Friday night in the Shadron game as she slammed into the pad at the end of the Gering gymnasium that has the stage at that end during the junior varsity game. As Gering turns it over, long down court pass, they find Hill all alone. Misses the first one, gets her own rebound, but can't score it. Gering quickly the other way, pull up from 10. Lopez off the glass, too strong. As Laura Holly pulls down the rebound, she'll outlet it to Bivens. Torrington trailing by 10 here as we count it down, first quarter. Inside Hill, that's blocked by Baltazar. One more time, and she got a piece of that one, but Baltazar will be called for the foul. That will be the second on Jenna. And that sends Sam Hill to the free throw line. 5'10" junior. Drains the first one. Comes in tonight shooting 33%. Jenna will come out. And Ariana Mitchell back in. Second one on the way, and Hill shooting 33% coming into the game. Hits them both. Make it 13-5 with 2:19 left here in the first quarter. Fries has it, bounces inside and finds Schaub, and Olivia driving to the basket, lays it up and in. And the Gering lead back to 10 with 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Fox gives it up to AJ West, who checked in the lineup. AJ drives baseline, shot off the side of the backboard, pulled down by Chloe Fries. Fries on the push, the runner to the basket and in. Gering a 12-point lead at 17-5 with a minute 37 left in the first half. Cole Crick into the Torrington lineup also. Hill with the turnaround jumper doesn't go. Bonsack battling for the rebound on the floor. Still hanging on the held ball. Possession arrow gives it to Gering. As Masterson and Laura Holly will check back into the Torrington lineup. Bivens will sit down. Gering with the ball with a 12-point lead. Snelling kicks it on the left side. Schaub. Fries holds the ball above her head, top of the key. Back to Snelling. Looked at the three. Didn't pull the trigger. Skip pass. Fries drives. Gives it up to Mitchell. But traveling as she kind of ran into Ariane and just handed it to her. That shuffled her feet there. That'll turn it back to Torrington. Pressure now by Gering. Crick with it. Gets it ahead. Has a 15-foot jumper by West. Misses the mark, and the rebound tipped around and goes out of bounds. Chloe Crick into the Torrington lineup. 5'11" junior. Quickly up the floor. Underneath a minute left. Schaub tries to kick it inside to Mitchell as Crick got a hand in there. And that'll keep it at the Gering end with 46 seconds left. Snelling to inbound, baseline left, into Freeze, kick it inside. Mitchell, turnaround against the double team off the front rim. As Holly has it stolen away by Mitchell. Outside, Schaub, another three ball counted. Olivia Schaub, 2 threes in the game. 20-5, Gering by 15, 27 seconds left. First quarter, quickly up the floor, Masterson on the dribble, directing traffic. To get it to Fox on the right side, they lob it inside, looking down low for A.J. West. And knocked out of her hands. And the foul was on Olivia Schaub, her first. Torrington to trigger the inbound. West gets it inside, stolen away by Schaub. Outlet, Snelling. Snelling on the run out all the way to the basket. The flip with the right hand doesn't go. Battle for the rebound. Bonsack can't convert. And another jump ball. And the possession arrow will give it to Torrington with 4.8 seconds left here in the first quarter. And a foul on Ariana Mitchell. Her second, team 6. Full court pressure by Gering. Long down court pass. This will be run down by Fox at the baseline. Misses the jumper. Freeze looking down court, but Gering can't get a shot off. And that ends the first quarter. At the end of one, it's Gering 20, Torrington 5 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Come see the Very Hungry Caterpillar live at the Midwest Theater on January 21st. The story is told on stage through the magic of black light and fanciful puppets as it follows the wonderful adventures of a very tiny and very hungry caterpillar, as well as others' favorite stories by author Eric Carle. The Very Hungry Caterpillar live at the Midwest Theater on January 21st. For tickets, call 632-4311 or visit midwesttheater.com.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience.
Visit the Experts at Paul Reed Construction, your authorized Big Green Egg dealer.
As Gering with a comfortable 15-point lead at 20-5 as we get ready to start this second quarter. It'll be Macy Boggs into the lineup, Lopez, Snelling, Schaub, and Mitchell. And checking in is Caitlin Wright for Torrington, a 5'5" senior. Right on the left-handed dribble, bounces to the left side. They go inside, down low to Bivens. And Bivens turns and scores. 20-7. Schaub on the left side, drives, avoids the double team. They quickly work it around the outside of the arc, back on the left side. Holds it into the hands of Lopez. Free throw line, they lob it. Schaub left side. Schaub will put it up inside the arc and drain it. Olivia Schaub, 9 points in this first half. Gering 22-7. Wright on the dribble. Finds Holly. Takes it in the paint, knocked away. Loose ball picked up by Lopez. Page on the run out to the basket, off the glass and in. 24-7, and Torrington head coach Jeff Holly wants a timeout. 24-7, Gering leads Torrington on the West Coast scoreboard.
Come see the Very Hungry Caterpillar live at the Midwest Theater on January 21st. The story is told on stage through the magic of black light and fanciful puppets as it follows the wonderful adventures of a very tiny and very hungry caterpillar, as well as others' favorite stories by author Eric Carle. The Very Hungry Caterpillar live at the Midwest Theater on January 21st. For tickets, call 632-4311 or visit midwesttheater.com.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor can do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Out. Torrington with the ball. They throw it away, and Gering quickly comes the other way. Lopez into the paint, loses the handle, regains in the paint, trying to bounce down low to find Mitchell. And the ball last touched by Torrington, so it'll remain at the Gering end as they work from left to right. Snelling triggers it in quickly to Mitchell. Lopez on the wing. Back to Snelling from the left corner. 3 ball. Counted. Kelly Snelling with 5. And Gering has built a 20-point lead. 6:25 left here in the first half. Baseline jumper. Hill off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Holly. Her put back too strong. Rebound battle for Ariana Mitchell. Pulls it down for the Bulldogs, and they come the other way left to right. Snelling outside the arc. She's taken into the paint, bounced down low, shoved to Mitchell, too low for Ariana to handle in the loose ball. And it's tied up, and the possession arrow will give it to Torrington. 6:02 left here in the first half. Laura Holly into the Torrington lineup. Torrington with the ball. Right into the front court. Holly on the right side. Holds the ball looking inside. They try to get inside. Pass knocked away. Loose ball picked up. Lopez quickly ahead. Snelling. Kelly drives left side. Off the glass. Gets knocked to the floor. No foul called. Rebound pulled down by Holly. Outlet to right. Quickly up the floor. Gets it ahead to Bivens. To Holly. In and out on the jumper. Gering with the rebound. Gering on the push. Ahead, Snelling. Lopez, she'll launch top of the key. Off the side iron. Laura Holly pulls down the rebound. She'll give it up to Bivens. And Torrington looking to cut into this 20-point lead as Reese Holly, right side, outside, holds the ball. Goes into the paint to Hill. The pass goes through her hands. Regains and lays it up in the end. Hill with 4. 27-9, Gering on top. Schaub on the dribble. She'll get a screen for Mitchell. Give and go. Mitchell can't handle the pass. Kick out back to Boggs. To Lopez. Page puts it on the floor. Drives, dishes down low. Finds Ariana. Layup too strong. As Holly comes down with the rebound and a foul called. As Laura Holly getting harassed down low. Let's check. That will be the 3rd personal on Ariana Mitchell. And that'll bring Baltazar along with Emily Harrison and Chloe Fries into the Gering lineup. As Laura Holly, the 5'9" senior, will step to the free throw line. First one on the way, too strong, misses the front end. Fries runs down the rebound. Chloe all the way to the basket, puts up a shot, doesn't go. But a foul prior to the shot on Torrington, as the foul was on Torrington's Brielle Bivens. Quick on the inbounds is Gering, I should say. Try to get it in the corner to Fries, knocked away. Here comes Bivens on the run out, left side off the glass, up and in. And quick 4 points for Bivens. And Gering girls head coach Steve Land wants a timeout. 4:23 left here in the first half. 27-11, Gering leads on the Wesco scoreboard.
Come see the Very Hungry Caterpillar live at the Midwest Theater on January 21st. The story is told on stage through the magic of black light and fanciful puppets as it follows the wonderful adventures of a very tiny and very hungry caterpillar, as well as others' favorite stories by author Eric Carle. The Very Hungry Caterpillar live at the Midwest Theater on January 21st. For tickets, call 632-4311 or visit midwesttheater.com.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Gering High School, while we were gone, Macy Boggs drains a three out of the timeout to make it 30-11. As Bivens scores at the Torrington end for her 6th point. 30-13, Gering by 17. Emily Harrison with the ball goes to Boggs. She starts a drive, nothing doing, kick out Freeze for the baseline jumper. Chloe Freeze, her first points here in the second quarter. 32-13, 3:27 left in the first half. Holly holds it right side outside above her head. Now she'll put it on the floor against Harrison. Puts up a shot, which he was fouled by the 5'8" senior Emily Harrison on that shot. That'll be her first, team's 8th. And Torrington in the bonus. And Reese Holly, averaging 7 points a game, drains the first one. She'll get a second one. Masterson and West, we'll check that box, check in on the Torrington side for Laura Holly and Caitlin Wright. And Reese Holly good on both her free throw tries. 32-15. Gering with the ball as Snelling on the drive, right side, tries to bounce down low, but Hill got a hand in there to steal that pass away. And Fox will come with it the other way for Torrington. Holly on the right side holds the ball looking inside, finds Masterson from 10 feet. The jumper doesn't go. There's Baltazar with another rebound. Quick outlet. Kelly Snelling up the far sideline. Gering left to right. Boggs, top of the key three, rolls around and rolls in. Macy Boggs back-to-back threes in this third quarter. And Gering once again builds a 20-point lead. They had one earlier in this second quarter. Hill with it on the right side. They bounce inside. Holly in the paint, turns against Harrison. Can't score it, gets her own rebound. Second try one more time, and it bounces through. Holly that time. Makes it 35-17. Boggs has it as we near the 2-minute mark. Brings it top of the key. Gives it up to Freeze. One dribble bounce inside Baltazar. Turn around in the paint and count it. And Jenna gets on the board for the first time here tonight. 37-17. Minute 57 left. Kick it inside. Holly throws one up. Misses everything. Masterson comes down with the rebound, but she's fouled as she goes up with the shot by Macy Boggs. That'll be the first on Boggs. And that'll send Danny Masterson, a 5'6" junior, to the line. Misses the first one. As Michaela Morehouse in for Torrington. Second free throw off, no good. And Gering comes the other way with it. Try to go down low into the paint to Holly. Holly Cochran is checked into the Gering lineup. Also, and I think I misidentified Maddie Jones, not Caitlin Wright, on the inbounds play. Hallie Cochran, a sophomore, gets into the scorebook. 39-17, minute 36 left here in the first half. 15-foot jumper off the mark that time by Morehouse. Gering will come the other way. Boggs between the circles on the dribble. Now comes right side, drives with the right hand off the glass, too strong. Baltazar one more time with the rebound. She'll take the three, in and out, and Cochran there with the rebound putback. The 5'7" sophomore with 4 points here in this second quarter to make it 41-17, and a 30-second timeout taken by Jeff Holly. For more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors has created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. Call Ryan Windhorst at 632-7561. Together, we'll go far. Jeff Kelly tonight from the Logos broadcast booth. Stop into Logos and the guys will custom design it, print it, and have it ready for the game. There's no job too big or too small for Logos in downtown Gering. Coming to you tonight on 960 AM, 100.3 FM, KNEB.com and KNEB.TV. Tonight, KNEB.TV crew here. 3 cameras bringing you the action here from Gering High School. Masterson into the front court. Fox on the right side holds the ball above her head. Looking, 1 minute left here, first half. And palming called on Fox. And a turnover gives it to Gering with 58 seconds left. As Laura Holly into the Torrington lineup. Snelling on the drive right side, and palming called on Kelly. So back-to-back palming calls, one on each side. And that will give it back to Torrington. As Bivens will inbound. Maddie Jones with it into the front court. Right side pass finds Bivens. Bivens gets a screen into the paint, loses a handle, and Cochran picks up the loose ball, and the possession arrow gives it to Gering with 38 seconds left here in the first half. Gering leads it 41-17. They build a 20-point lead on 2 occasions here in this second quarter. Snelling on the right side, the freeze beyond the arc, and the ball knocked away from her by Bivens, and Freeze tries to steal it back. Now Bivens triple team. Gering gets it back on the run out. Freeze misses the layup. Rebound pulled down by Fox. 16 seconds left. Fox quickly up the floor. Loses the handle and double dribble. Called on Avery Fox, the 5'4" sophomore. Gering will get it back with 11 seconds left here in the first half. Snelling waving the hand in front of her face, calling out the play. On the dribble against Wright. Loses the handle. She goes to the basket. Ball picked up by Cochran. Ball fake. Gering can't get a shot off before the buzzer, ending the first half. We're at halftime here from Gering High School. Your score, Gering 41, Torrington 17 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Come see the Very Hungry Caterpillar live at the Midwest Theater on January 21st. The story is told on stage through the magic of black light and fanciful puppets as it follows the wonderful adventures of a very tiny and very hungry caterpillar, as well as others' favorite stories by author Eric Carle. The Very Hungry Caterpillar live at the Midwest Theater on January 21st. For tickets, call 632-4311 or visit midwesttheater.com.
And welcome back to Gering High School. Jeff Kelly with you tonight. We're at halftime and a comfortable lead for Gering. as they lead it 41-17 here at halftime. Gering built a comfortable 20-5 lead at the end of the first quarter as they went on a 7-0 run to end up that first quarter. They had previously led 13-3, and then Torrington cut it to 13-5, but from there Gering with a 7-0 run to make it 20-5 at the end of the first quarter. Into the second quarter, Gering built the lead to 20 at 27-7 and at 35-15. And right now, they lead it by 24 points here at halftime as Gering on top, 41-17 over Torrington on the West Coast scoreboard.
Come see the Very Hungry Caterpillar live at the Midwest Theater on January 21st. The story is told on stage through the magic of black light and fanciful puppets as it follows the wonderful adventures of a very tiny and very hungry caterpillar, as well as others' favorite stories by author Eric Carle. The Very Hungry Caterpillar live at the Midwest Theater on January 21st. For tickets, call 632-4311 or visit midwesttheater.com.
Being an Allo customer just got even better. 3 times better, in fact. We've tripled our standard internet speed from 100 to 300 megs at no additional cost to you. This isn't one of those limited time offers that will melt away either. 3 times the streaming, 3 times the gaming, 3 times the uploading, all for the same price. Why? Because we love our customers. Allo, no gimmicks, no limits, no kidding. And still no contracts.
Jeff Kelly back at Gering High School at halftime. Gering comfortably on top, 41-17. And it's time to look at the numbers brought to you by Arby's, the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. First on the Torrington side of the ledger, leading Torrington here at halftime is Brielle Bivens with 6 points. 5 points for Reese Holly at halftime, 4 for Sam Hill, and 2 for Laura Holly at halftime. 8 players getting into the scorebook for Gering in the first half. Nobody in double figures, but Olivia Schaub leading the way with 9 points. That included 2 threes in the first quarter. 6 points each in the first half for Macy Boggs. She hit 2 from beyond the arc in the second quarter, and 6 points for Paige Lopez. That included 1 3 in the first quarter. 5 points at halftime for Kelly Snelling, Ariana Mitchell, and Holly Cochran, who came off the bench for Gering in the second quarter with 4 points, and Jenna Baltazar with 2 points here at halftime. Back with more at halftime from Gering High School. Your score, Gering 41, Torrington 17 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Come see the Very Hungry Caterpillar live at the Midwest Theater on January 21st. The story is told on stage through the magic of black light and fanciful puppets as it follows the wonderful adventures of a very tiny and very hungry caterpillar, as well as others' favorite stories by author Eric Carle. The Very Hungry Caterpillar live at the Midwest Theater on January 21st. For tickets, call 632-4311 or visit midwesttheater.com.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Gering High School, Jeff Kelly with you as Gering leads Torrington 41-17. Gave you the scoring totals for both teams. And we'll have more basketball for you this weekend here on KNEB. I'll be in Alliance Friday night as the second meeting between Gering and Alliance this time from Alliance High School. And those games, boy-girl doubleheader on KNEB 960 AM. And Chris Cottrell will have Scottsbluff girls and boys as they travel to Rapid City, South Dakota to take on Rapid City Central. And that game will be on 101.7 The Trail. Saturday, more basketball, this time on the Scottsbluff side. A boy-girl doubleheader as Rapid City Stevens comes to Scottsbluff. And Chris will have that one for you on 960 AM. And that game will also be on KNEB.TV on old channel 15 and Mobius channel 1500. Also in the month of January, to kind of end things up, on Tuesday, January 29th, Gering travels to Ogallala, and we'll have that one for you on 101.7 The Trail, and that will end up the month of January as far as high school basketball here on the KNEB family of stations. Just getting ready, about 2 minutes 42 seconds left before the start of the second half here in the girls game, as Gering leads Torrington 41-17 on the West Coast scoreboard.
With Viero's Entertainment Trifecta package, never miss the big play. Work on becoming the new and improved you, or invite friends to compete in the game. Get the power of free. Get 2 new lines of HD Plus and internet service, and we will give you Sling TV, an Air TV player, and a big screen TV, all for free. Get the Entertainment Trifecta package today. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected to the content you love.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor can do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
(41-17) is your score at halftime, and Gering is led comfortably throughout the first half of this game. They build a 15-point lead at halftime, leading 20-5 at the end of the first quarter, and they open up the lead to as many as 20 in the second quarter, and right now lead it by 24 points. Gering's been out on the floor for about 2 minutes. Torrington just getting back out on the floor, and it looks like they will not have time to do any type of warm-up as they gather around their head coach Jeff Hawley. And Gering gathered around head coach Steve Land and Randy Plummer. And of course last year the roles reversed and the teams reversed as Randy and Steve, Randy the head coach of the boys team, Steve the assistant for the boys. But this year they reverse roles and take over the girls program. And former girls head coach Adam Freeberg, one of the assistant coaches on the boys team, with head coach Rick Winkler. Schaub, Lopez, Mitchell, Baltazar, Snelling, the 5 seniors to get it started here in the second half for Gering. And it'll be Hill, Holly Bivens, and Masterson on the floor for Torrington, as Torrington will have it to start this second half. As Fish is checking the scores table, everything is underway, ready to go, and we're ready for a second half of basketball here from Gering High School. As Masterson has it, free throw line, gives it to Holly, bounce inside to Reese, spin around in the paint, doesn't go. Baltazar pulls down another rebound. She had 15 Saturday night, and on the outlet pass, they try to get it ahead to Snelling. And she can't make the catch, and it'll go out of bounds, and it'll be Torrington's ball on the turnover. Masterson picked up in the backcourt by Lopez. Gets it into the offensive end, finds Holly. They lob it inside, and Hill spins to the basket, can't score. There's Baltazar one more time. Outlet, Lopez. Page on the push, bounces, pass intercepted by Torrington. And then Snelling fouls Bivens as they come up the floor. Second personal on Snelling, first team on Gering. No points, almost a minute in to this third quarter. Bivens has it, kicks it inside. Reese Holly against Mitchell to the basket, and up and in. Holly with 7, 41-19. Gering continues to hold that big lead as Schaub tries to go inside, finds Mitchell down low to the basket. Ariana can't score it. Rebound pulled down by Lopez. Back outside, Schaub can't score it. Torrington pulls down the rebound, they'll come the other way. Bivens to the free throw line, kicks it to Holly. Laura to Reese, she'll take the 3 ball and drain it. Reese Holly with 10, make it 41-22. And a 30-second timeout taken, 6:34 left. Stay with us, we'll have the boys game following this one between these two teams. Of course, in our pregame, this is the second of 3 Wyoming teams that Gering will play this season. The girls defeated Newcastle earlier this month. The boys lost to Newcastle, and following this game, their last Wyoming opponent will be Wheatland here at Gering High School in February. Out of the timeout, Torrington will have it. Check that, Gering will have it. Lopez brings it into the front court. Left side pass, Schaub as Gering works from right to left to Lopez. Kick inside quick to Baltazar. Turnaround against Holly. Score it. Baltazar with 4. 43-22. Better second quarter for Gering than they had Saturday night down in Scottsbluff. Holly can't do anything with it. Kick it out. Masterson for a 3 ball front rim. Bivens there with the rebound, and it's stripped away from her. Foul called. And foul was on Jenna Baltazar. She'll pick up her 3rd. Second team. Trying to trigger the inbound. Holly goes inside to Holly. Nothing doing. They'll have to kick it out to Masterson. She's got it on the passes. Holly goes inside. Bivens cutting to the basket, can't score it. Finally on the 3rd try, Bivens puts it in for her 8th point of the game. 43-24 as at the Gering offensive end. It's tipped away. Masterson quickly up court. Torrington left to right. Try to whip a pass inside. Paige Lopez gets a hand in there. Gering with numbers. Snelling bounces down low. Finds Ariana Mitchell. But check that, Olivia Schaub that scores it. And she was fouled on the shot attempt. And she will go to the free throw line. There's Macy Boggs in for Kelly Snelling. Foul was on Reese Holly. She'll pick up her 3rd. First team on Torrington here. 5:26 left 3rd quarter, 45-24. As Schaub can't convert on traditional 3-point play. Long rebound run down by Torrington. Masterson whips it down low. Hill on the block right side, puts it up, doesn't go. Baltazar pulls down the rebound for Gering. They'll come the other way, Lopez. Right side pass, Boggs beyond the arc. Macy one dribble, bounce, top of the key. Mitchell to Lopez, wide open for a 3. Near iron. Long rebound, Hill pulls it down as Bivens went to the floor. Outlet comes to Masterson. Masterson has it. Looking inside, finds Holly. Check that, Bivens drives, comes up just a little bit short on the drive. Loose ball on the floor and a jump ball. Possession arrow gives it, I think, to Gering. As I look down at the scores table, there's a bottle setting right in front of the arrow. It will be Gering's ball. 4:42 left, 3rd quarter, 45-24. Gering outscored 23-8 in the 2nd quarter last Saturday night against Scottsbluff. Boggs with it, tries to bounce inside to Baltazar, almost stolen away. And the foul was on Macy Boggs. Macy picks up her second, and Gering picks up their third team foul. Chloe Crick into the Torrington lineup as Reese Holly will take a seat on the Torrington bench. Masterson into the front court against Lopez. Picks up her dribble, now finds Bivens into the paint, and jump ball called as Macy Boggs got a hand in there, partially blocked that shot attempt. Darrow gives it to Torrington. They will inbound baseline left at their own offensive end. Lob it out on top, inside to Crick, and she scores it off the tip. And Crick with her first two of the game. Gering quickly the other way. Boggs with it. One dribble, picked up there by Masterson. They'll work it quickly to left side. Lopez into the paint, whips it down low, inside to Baltazar. She can't handle it, gets it back to Lopez, who scores it. Lopez with 8. 47-26 Gering. 3:49 left, third quarter. Here from Gering High School. Bivens lobs inside Hill. Low block against Baltazar. High off the glass, doesn't go. Baltazar, good rebounding position, pulls down the rebound, and then she's fouled by Hill, and that'll be the first on her. 15 rebounds by Baltazar Saturday night. She averages 12 a game. Gering with it, moving right to left. Lopez, the shot beyond the arc as they work it around the arc from left to right. Lopez on the drive baseline, bounces down low, tries to hit Schaub down low, and it goes off Olivia's feet, out of bounds. It'll be Torrington's ball as they will inbound far sideline in the backcourt. Bringing it across is Fox, who loses the handle, and a jump ball called. And that will give it back to Gering. And Avery Fox, a little bit of trouble on the ball handling here tonight. Reese Holly back into the Torrington lineup for Sam Hill. Lopez has it top of the key to Boggs on the right side beyond the arc. Left-handed dribble, gives it up to Schaub, whip it down low, find Mitchell all alone, can't convert on the layup, and then she gets tied up. And the jump ball will give it to Torrington with 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. 47-26. Gering has held the lead from the opening tap. Fox into the front court on the dribble, bounces. Holly on the wing, kicks it inside. Crick against a double team. She spins to the basket and scores it. Chloe Crick with 4 points here in this third quarter. 47-28, a three-ball air ball by Schaub. And the outlet pass almost thrown away. It'll go off the foot of Crick and keep it at the Gering end. Snelling and Freeze in for the Lady Bulldogs. Gering in the home white uniforms, they will inbound. Quickly to Boggs, top of the key, left side pass Freeze. Chloe one dribble to quickly back to the left side to Boggs. Mitchell as they work it around the outside of the arc, a 2-3 zone by Torrington. They go inside to Baltazar, stolen away. Torrington will come the other way. Out on top, Bivens with it. Finds Holly, holds the ball above her head, tries to go inside to Fox, knocked away. Bivens picks it up. She'll drive right side, baseline jumper, misses the mark. Rebound battled for, loose ball on the floor, and the possession arrow will give it to Gering. Hill and Maddie Jones, a 5-foot freshman, into the Torrington lineup. Snelling into the front court for Gering. Gives it up to Boggs on the left side. Bounce high post. Mitchell, 15-footer, back iron. Baltazar with the rebound, puts it back up, bounces around and goes in. Jenna with her 6th point of the game. And Gering by 21 with 1:35 left in the third quarter. at the Torrington end. Looking is Hill, and 5 seconds as she held the ball. Couldn't find anybody to get it to, as Baltazar with some good defense. Here's Kelsey Bonsack, 5'8" junior. Checks into the Gering lineup. Into the front court. Comes Snelling. They work it around the outside of the arc. Quickly inside. Baltazar, turn around. Now she kicks it left side. Freeze inside the arc. Her jumper misses the mark. Rebound pulled down by Holly. She'll outlet it to Fox. Quickly up the floor comes Fox. Free throw line. Lobs down low to Hill on the right block. Ball gets loose from her on the floor. She'll get it to Holly. Knocked around. Nobody can get a handle on it. And a foul called. Foul on the floor on Gering's Kelsey Bonsack. Non-shooting foul, only the 4th foul on Gering. Torrington will quickly inbound it underneath a minute. Reese Holly has it. Works it to Fox. She has it. She'll bring it top of the key with 48 seconds left. As Hill has it, they bounce inside. Reese Holly down low, and the shot goes in. They'll wave off the basket as the foul prior to the shot. And Kelly Snelling will pick up her 3rd personal foul. That's the 15th foul on Gering. Lob it inside, and the shot by Hill blocked by Baltazar. So we'll have a foul on Jenna Baltazar, and that will be the 4th on Jenna. 16th foul on Gering. As Hill steps to the free throw line, only 33% from the line, but she hit 2 free throws in that first quarter, and she's 3 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. Ariana Mitchell in for Gering. Baltazar will sit down with those 4 personal fouls. Second one by Hill. That one a little bit too strong, and Bonsack pulls down the rebound. She's fouled from behind by Chloe Crick. So Gering will have it with 40 seconds left, leading 49-29. 20-point Bulldog lead. 13 foul on Torrington. Snelling into the front court. Finds Boggs. Boggs will bring it out between the circles on the dribble. Freeze. Back to Snelling on the left wing for a 3-ball, and count that one for Kelly Snelling. Her 8th point of the game. 52-29. Gering on top. Maddie Jones on the dribble. Gives it up to Hill. Starts a drive, but shuffled her feet. And a turnover gives it to Gering with 11 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Bonsack quick on the inbound. Snelling trying to avoid the double team on the left-handed dribble. To Mitchell, drives, baseline left side, shot doesn't go, but she draws the foul. And I think Chloe Crick caught one in the nose. And that'll send Ariana Mitchell to the free throw line. Ariana's first trip, I think, tonight, shooting 50%. She drains that one. And to make it 54-29 with 4 seconds left. That one's too strong. Rebound tipped around. It's picked up by Torrington as Fox can't find the handle, and the buzzer sounds, and that'll end the 3rd quarter. Through 3, it's Gering 53, Torrington 29 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
One of the biggest events of the year. It's the 34th annual K&EB Farm and Ranch Expo, February 8th and 9th at the Scottsbluff County Fairgrounds in Mitchell. Show hours are 8 to 6 on Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturday. Free admission and free parking, and it all starts with a free breakfast on Friday morning from 8 till 10. For more information, including a complete list of vendors, log on to kneb.com. The 34th annual K&EB Farm and Ranch Expo in Mitchell, with your trusted voice in agriculture, K&EB.
Snelling, Paige Lopez, Jenna Baltazar, Olivia Schaub, Ariana Mitchell to start this final 8 minutes as Torrington has the ball, and it's immediately thrown away as the pass intended for Bivens goes through her hands. Other games going on around the area tonight, and besides this one, Morrill is taking on Lingofort Laramie, and Hyannis is taking on Mullen. Shot at the Gering end by Mitchell doesn't go. She was fouled on her putback attempt. And that'll send Mitchell to the free throw line. As the foul was on Bivens, picks up her second. As Ariana at the free throw line. 6 points for her Saturday night. Second one on the way from Mitchell. She drains that one. Ariana with 5. 54 to as we start this fourth quarter. Jones bounces. They go inside to Reese Holly. Shot doesn't go. Rebound tipped around. Finally picked up by Torrington. And battling down low is Sam Hill. Can't score it, but she was fouled by Olivia Schaub. Another game that was scheduled to go on tonight in girls basketball was Kimball and Mitchell. That game was postponed due to the weather as Kimball schools closed today. Hill's first free throw off. As we said, coming into tonight, Sam shooting 33% from the free throw line. Hits that one, give her 6 points in the game. A 24-point Gering lead. Quickly into the left corner, Lopez has it for Gering. Skip pass in the corner, Mitchell against a zone from Torrington as Maddie Jones gets a hand in there on the run out all the way to the basket. And the 5-foot freshman, Maddie Jones, gets into the scorebook. 54 to 32, Gering. Schaub quickly around the arc. She has it, now she'll get it back and take a three. It rims out. Baltazar runs down the rebound. She'll give it up to Snelling, quickly to Lopez. Page on the dribble. In the corner, Schaub. Back to Lopez in the corner. Page starts and drives, but was fouled by Hill. And the foul on Hill, her third. Team sixth, as a shot by Gering misses the mark. Bivens will come the other way for Torrington. Into the paint, loses the handle, loose ball picked up by Paige Lopez on the run out to the basket left side. And she'll go to the line to shoot two as she was fouled by Maddie Jones. Lopez, 9 points against Scottsbluff Saturday night. And equals that mark with that free throw right there. And then makes it 55 to 32 Gering. Page hits them both. Getting up close to her 11-point per game average. 56-33. Torrington with it. Jones holds it. Finds Holly as Laura goes inside to Reese, and Reese scores it for her 12th point of the game. 58 to 35. Gering has it, skip pass Lopez left side, they try to bounce it inside, and it's stolen away by Reese Holly. On the run out to the basket against Snelling, doesn't go. And Hill there with the rebound, putback, scored, and she's fouled. Hill makes it 56-34. As the foul was on Gering's Paige Lopez, she picks up her first, but that's the 8th team foul on Gering. Both teams in the bonus. Hill, as I said, shooting 33% from the line, has 9 points, and the majority of them have come from the free throw line here tonight. Gering to Snelling, go inside, Balthazar, spin move in the paint, puts it up, rolls around, won't fall. The outlet pass picked up by Bivens, quickly up the left side. Bivens looks inside, goes down low to Holly, and it's stripped away. And that'll send Holly to the line. Second personal on Lopez. 19 foul on Gering. As Chloe Crick on the season, shooting only 25% from the free throw line. 4 out of 16 on the season. As she misses them both. The rebound comes down, outlet ahead to Lopez. Page quickly up the floor, finds Snelling. Kelly into the paint, goes up and under. She took an extra step there as she tried to avoid Crick going to the basket. And the turnover gives it to Gering. With 5:17 left in the game. Bivens goes inside Crick, low block right side. Misses the mark, rebound pulled down by Holly that time. Laura that time can't score it. As the foul was on Olivia Schaub, she'll pick up her third. So now Torrington in the double bonus, as that's the 10th team foul on Gering here tonight. Drains the first one. And a full timeout taken by Gering. 5:07 left, third quarter in the game. 56-38. Gering on top on the West Coast scoreboard.
With the new year comes resolutions. Complete your resolution to replace your windows by calling Renewal by Andersen. And right now is your last chance to buy 2019 windows at 2018 prices. Plus, pay nothing until 2020. That's right. You will get 20% off every window and door, plus no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. And free window diagnosis, free in-home estimate, and free removal and disposal of your old windows. Hurry. This offer ends February 15th. Call 472-2199 to take advantage of this offer before the 2018 prices are gone.
With Viero's Entertainment Trifecta package, never miss the big play. Work on becoming the new and improved you, or invite friends to compete in the game. Get the power of free. Get 2 new lines of HD Plus and internet service, and we will give you Sling TV, an Air TV player, and a big screen TV, all for free. Get the Entertainment Trifecta package today. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected to the content you love.
It's both free throws to make it 56-39. Gering on top, and Gering with the ball. Starting 5 still on the floor. Lopez drives right side baseline, kicks out. Balthazar's shot doesn't go, but Jenna fouled on the shot, on the attempt, and she'll go to the free throw line. Foul was on Bivens for Torrington. Jenna to shoot 2. 5 points here in the second half for her. The left-hander drains the first one. Stay with us. We'll have the boys game following this contest. Second one on the way from Balthazar, around the rim and out. Doesn't go. Crick comes down with the rebound for Torrington. Outlet Bivens. She'll bring it center court. Pick up her dribble, looking. Goes down low as Holly's turnaround partially blocked from behind. But they'll say Kelly Snelling got a piece of her. for, check that, on Ariana Mitchell. That'll be her fourth. As Holly at the free throw line to shoot two. Misses the first. As A.J. West and Sam Hill back into the Torrington lineup. Macy Boggs in for Gering. Second free throw off the front rim, just a little bit short. Jenna with the rebound. Lopez into the front court on the outlet. On the dribble, now works it left side. Boggs has it on the wing. Right side, Lopez. Skip pass, high pass. Snelling for a wide open three. That's off the front rim. Long rebound pulled down by Maddie Jones. On the run out all the way to the basket. The layup won't fall. Rebound putback doesn't go. And that rebound knocked out of bounds. It'll remain with Torrington. With 4 minutes, 12 seconds left in the game. 57-39. Gering leads it. As A.J. West triggers the inbound, throws it to the hands of Hill. Loose ball picked up by Lopez. Page on the run out to the basket, throws it up, doesn't go. As Page knocked to the floor. And teammates gathered around her. She'll get some assistance to come to her feet. As the foul was on Torrington's Reese Holly. And Page is going to take a little bit of time to gather herself there. As she went to the floor pretty hard. Fourth personal on Reese Holly. Ninth team on Torrington. Lopez good on the first one. Gering's led from the outset. They led by 15 at the end of one. Led by 24 at halftime. Lopez second one doesn't go as Baltazar battling for that rebound. Couldn't get a fingertip on it before it went out of bounds. And Torrington will have it. As Jones brings it in the front court with 4 minutes left in the game. Inside quickly to Holly, turn around in the paint. Off the glass and in. Reese Holly with 14 points in the game. 58-41. Against the Torrington zone. Skip pass. Snelling. Three ball counted. Kelly Snelling 11 points. Gering by 20. Jones has it out front. Quickly to Bivens. Inside to Holly. Turnaround jumper in the paint. Doesn't go. Mitchell there with the rebound for Gering. Lopez looking up court. Finds Snelling. She'll take it inside the arc. Back to Lopez. Top of the key. Kelly shuffles her feet, or check that Page, shuffles her feet. And a turnover on traveling. Fox in for Jones on the Torrington side with 3 minutes, 16 seconds left in the game. Fox into the front court on the dribble. Goes to A.J. West. 15-foot jumper by Holly doesn't go. Another rebound. Jenna Baltazar into the offensive end. Gering right to left. Lopez drives. Pull-up jumper in the paint. Can't score. Mitchell rebound. Put back. Misses the mark. Rebound tipped around. Loose on the floor. Holly picks it up. Holly center court. Gives it to Bivens. Pull up from 10. Off the glass. Doesn't go. Hill rebound. Put back. Misses the mark. And as Bivens coming for the rebound. She catches one in the face and she'll go to the free throw line. 2:44 left in the game. As the foul was on. That'll be the fifth and final on Ariana Mitchell. As she fouls out with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left in the game. And that'll bring Emily Harrison into the Gering lineup. A 5'8" junior. Checking in for the Trailblazers, Michaela Morehouse and Chloe Crick. First free throw on the way by Bivens, misses the mark. 34% on the year for Bivens. Second one long rebound right in the hands of Snelling. Kelly on the push, up the left side, into the paint. Cross court, bounce to Lopez on the right side. Bounce entry to Baltazar, stolen away by Torrington. Bivens has it. She'll bring it up Far sideline to center court. Whip it inside to Crick, spins into the paint, throws it up at the glass, doesn't go, and Harrison pulls down the rebound with two hands for Gering. Lopez the other way with 2:13 left in the game. Here's Boggs, working around the arc on the left side. Lopez holds it. The Boggs, top of the key, counted another three for Boggs. 9 points, all from beyond the arc by Macy Boggs tonight. She's got 9, a minute 55 left in the game. Bivens swarmed by Snelling. Gets an elbow, she'll give it to Crick. Crick to the basket, can't score it. Rebound as Harrison goes to the floor. The 5'8" junior with the hustle there. And for trouble, Emily Harrison will pick up her second personal foul. And 2 shots. In the double bonus is Gering. As A.J. West misses the first one. Cochran in for Gering. And everybody trying to get figured out is now Schaub will go low along the lane. Second one on the way. That one glances off the side rim, and trying to run it down is A.J. West. But it goes out of bounds. It'll be Gering's ball with a minute 41 left. Gering on top by a comfortable 23 points here tonight. Pick up their 7th win on the season. Boggs into the front court, bounces up, but the pass intercepted by Fox. Fox on the run out to the basket, tries to throw it up. Gets off the shot. She'll draw the foul. As the foul was on Gering's Macy Boggs. So she'll pick up her 3rd, and Torrington the double bonus. Stay with us at the halftime of the boys game. Hopefully we should have comments from head coach Steve Land. Avery Fox drains that one. And she gets into the scorebook tonight. Stay with us. We'll have our between game, and we'll set you up for the boys game. Second free throw off, no good, but the rebound pulled down by Morehouse. Her put back blocked into the hands of Boggs. Quickly to Schaub. On the right wing, Boggs has it. She'll bring it center court between the circles. Jones picking her up. Left side, they go to Schaub, and Schaub, the baseline off the glass, doesn't go. Balthazar rebound, can't get it. She'll kick it back out to Boggs, reset the offense. Schaub, pull up jumper, baseline, air ball. Cochran there, rebound, put back, counted. And Hallie Cochran with 6. And Gering 66-42. 51 seconds left in the game. 3-ball, A.J. West off no good. That's trying to save her from going out of bounds. For Torrington is Avery Fox, and she crashes into the brick wall there on the end, missed the padding. Gering with it, token pressure from Torrington. The Schaub takes it baseline. She'll try the jumper off the glass. Balthazar rebound, putback, doesn't go in there, battles again and pulls it away to Boggs. And a bad pass at the feet of Schaub. And that'll give it back to Torrington with 24 seconds left here in the game. 20 seconds left. 3-ball misses the mark. Saved from going out of bounds into the hands of Macy Boggs. Boggs has it, looks at the clock with 12 seconds left in the game. Schaub has it down in the corner. Gering will work it around the outside of the arc and get their 7th win on the year. And with 1.3 left, the ball is knocked out of bounds. They'll inbound it. Boggs will hold it, and Gering will get their 7th win on the year as they defeat Torrington 66-42. Once again, your final score in the girls' game: Gering 66, Torrington 42 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Come see the Very Hungry Caterpillar live at the Midwest Theater on January 21st. The story is told on stage through the magic of black light and fanciful puppets as it follows the wonderful adventures of a very tiny and very hungry caterpillar, as well as other favorite stories by author Eric Carle. The Very Hungry Caterpillar live at the Midwest Theater on January 21st. For tickets, call 632-4311 or visit midwesttheater.com.
Across the state, every eye and ear is focused on one stadium, where the sea of red is man-made. A place where every Saturday is a stage for our team, for our resolve, and for our values.
It's toughness, it's dedication, it's work ethic. That's what Nebraska is.
This is Husker Nation.
And welcome back to Gering High School. Girls game in the books. And the Gering girls get their 7th win on the season as they go to 7-6 on the year, defeating Torrington. Your final score, Gering 66, Torrington 42. Gering led throughout in this one. They built a 15-point lead at halftime, at the end of the first quarter, I should say, led it 20-5. They opened up a 20-point lead at 2 points in the second quarter and led by 24 at half, 41-17. Both teams in the third quarter scored 12 points, but Gering, as we said, led comfortably throughout. They led 53-29 at the end of the third quarter, and from there opened up at some points a 19-point lead in the fourth quarter. Then they opened it up to 61-41, a 20-point lead, and then ended up winning it by 14 points at 66-42 was your final score here tonight. We'll come back and recap the individual scoring in the girls' game. But once again, your final score, Gering 66, Torrington 42 on the West Coast scoreboard.
When was the last time you were at Teacher's Corner? We're now TC and More. Come see what you've been missing. Clothing, jewelry, flags, home decor, toys, American made. Stop in and see what you've been missing. TC and More, downtown Scottsbluff.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged. Fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience.
Visit the Experts at Paul Reed Construction, your authorized Big Green Egg dealer.
Girls game in the books here from Gering High School on a Tuesday night. Listening to high school basketball on KNEB 960 AM, 100.3 FM. And you can watch us tonight on kneb.tv as the Gering girls go to 7-6 on the year, beating Torrington 66-42. Torrington drops to 5-7 on the year. Let's take a look at the numbers brought to you by Arby's, the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. First off on the Torrington side, only one player in double figures. That's the 5'11 freshman, Reese Holly. She ends with 14. She had 5 at halftime. She puts in 9 in the second half for 14 points. 9 points for Sam Hill. Bivens with 8 points tonight for Torrington. 4 points each for Chloe Crick off the bench and Laura Holly. She ended with 4 points in the game. 2 points for Maddie Jones off the bench and 1 point tonight for Avery Fox. For Gering tonight, we've got 3 players in double figures, all with 11 points. Paige Lopez with 11, 5 in the second half. Olivia Schaub with 11. She had 9 at halftime, 2 in the second half. But she ends with 11. Kelly Snelling also with 11 points tonight, 5 at halftime, 6 in the second half for Kelly Snelling tonight. 8 points for Jenna Baltazar, 6 tonight for Hallie Cochran off the bench. 5 points for Ariana Mitchell. She fouled out of the contest with 2:44 left in the game. 4 points also tonight for Chloe Freeze, and 9 points tonight for Macy Boggs. Macy with 3 threes on the night, 2 in the second quarter, 1 in the fourth quarter, and she ends with 9 points here tonight. And our Taco John's player of the game, and our player of the game is brought to you by Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gering. Make Taco John's a game day tradition by unwrapping the original before or after every game. And our player of the game, we're going to give that to Macy Boggs for her 9 points tonight on 3 threes, as she ends up as the second high scorer tonight behind the 11 points from Paige Lopez, Olivia Schaub, and Kelly Snelling. So that will wrap up the girls game and get you ready here for the boys game, as Gering comes in tonight with a record of 4-6, but the Torrington boys, they come in riding a 2-game winning streak as they come in with a record of 8-3. And of course, they played Wheatland this past Friday night, and beat Wheatland Friday night, and then they took on Burns Saturday night and came away with a 75-41 win over the Burns Bronx. Torrington led 13-10 at the end of the first quarter. They outscored Burns in the second quarter 32-5. So they lead at halftime 45-15, a 30-point lead at halftime for Torrington against Burns Saturday night. Burns outscores Torrington 15-13 in the third quarter. Torrington outscores Burns 17-11 in the fourth quarter to get the 75-41 win. Jordan Malm, 1 of 3 Torrington players in double figures with 22. Right behind him is Bryce Lemon with 18, and Jared Lemon had 10 for Torrington in the win over Burns on Saturday night. So a 2-0 weekend for Torrington last weekend. Gering, not quite so lucky. They split the weekend. They defeat Shadron Friday night and then took on Scottsbluff at Western Nebraska Community College on Saturday night and came away on the short end of a 73-49 score. Scottsbluff led by 7 at the end of 1, but a big second quarter is kind of was the theme in that game. The girls were outscored big in the second quarter. Scottsbluff outscoring Gering on the boys' side in the second quarter 25-9, as Scottsbluff led 44-21 at halftime. Scottsbluff expands that lead to 53-33, despite the fact that Gering outscores Scottsbluff in the third quarter 12-9. Scottsbluff in the fourth quarter over Gering 20-16 for the 73-49 win. Henry Alvarez led the way for Gering Saturday night in double figures with 13 points. Xavier Horst with a dozen, and Brett Bazanka with 6 points for Gering in the 73-49 loss to Scottsbluff. First meeting between on the boys' side Saturday night, second meeting between the girls on Saturday night. But once again, KNEB Sports Director Chris Cottrell caught up with boys head coach Rick Winkler. We'll have that interview next as we continue on the Platte Valley Company's pregame show here on 960 AM KNEB.
Have you heard the exciting news? Western Nebraska Regional Airport will be offering flights with United Airlines operated by SkyWest beginning January 30th, 2018. What's even better? You'll get to earn and use your United points. Reservations with United are now available, plus all United miles can be earned and redeemed with all flights. While you're at Western Nebraska Regional Airport, grab a bite to eat at the Flight Deck restaurant, plus Hearst Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. So make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Between games, Chris Cottrell joining the broadcast once again. We'll get it back to Jeff Kelly here for tip-off in a bit. Some other pregame activities. Between games, Gering home tonight. Girls game in the books. Got the boys matchup with Torrington coming up as we catch up now with Gering boys head basketball coach Rick Winkler. Pregame chat with Coach Winkler brought to you by The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing. Shane Wilson and his staff always do a great job there seeing for all your upcoming spring sports needs. Well, Coach, bright lights, the big spot up at Cougar Palace on Saturday night, and Scottsbluff jumped out on you 19-12, and they wind up running away with it 73-49. Overall, what do you think the big difference in that matchup was?
You know, I really think that obviously the second quarter, you can't have a quarter like that, but we just didn't finish shots when we needed to, and it's kind of been sometimes a theme all year and sometimes in practices that we have trouble finishing, and they're, being physical and how they are. I think that kind of affected that a little bit here and there, where you think you're going to get bumped and maybe you don't, and then the ball goes off a little harder, off the basket or different things like that. But we finished some of those shots on some kids that have done it before. It might be a little bit different game. We played them pretty even in the second half. Switched to the defense here and there, and I think that we can play with them. It's just getting our kids to know that they can, I think, is going to be our problem.
First half, in both quarters, they combined for 7 3-point field goals. That's probably not something you want to see happen. They came off a night where they hit 15 threes on Friday and kind of just kept putting the ball in the hole. What was kind of the game plan? Was stopping the 3-point shot one of the high priorities, or did they catch you a little off guard with the 3-ball?
Well, we struggled this year thinking if we can play man against certain teams or if we can't. And we're not sometimes the best man defense team, but, there's times when we have played it really good and there's times when we played it really bad. So we, figured we might have to play a 2-3 and just get out on shooters. Well, that doesn't always happen, with us. I think we've got lost in some of our rotations and different spots and not knowing where that shooter was, and I think that's kind of what happened. And you hope that some of the kids that on their team that hasn't made a shot, or too many of them here and there, would keep doing that. McCracken is going to hit him, Moore is going to hit him, but our game plan in the first half was kind of just to get out on those shooters and then back off on the guys that we knew that doesn't want to hit them or doesn't want to take that shot, and it didn't work, so we have to come up with something different. And in the second half we went to man, and I think we limited them a little bit more, but we still struggled to score. So that was kind of the difference in the game.
Yeah, you held them to 29 total second half points, and that was after they scored 25 in the second quarter alone. You mentioned the second quarter; they got you 25-9. One thing I think everybody probably expected was, regardless of what type of defense you played, night in, night out this year, you're probably going to find a way to put the ball in the hole, but only scoring 9 points in a quarter against Scottsbluff, that's obviously not going to cut it. What do you think led to some of those down moments on the offensive end?
Well, I think their zone affected us a little bit, but going back and looking at it, we got a lot of open shots and shots attacking the basket. They just did not fall in that second quarter. And, you kind of, again, you look at why, and I think we're expecting contact sometimes, and it didn't happen. And then, the ball's not falling. We had some turnovers that you can't have and stuff, passing the ball from one guard to the next and just being a lazy pass. I think just a lot of that stuff combined in one quarter just really killed us. And we talked about, limiting turnovers and making sure we get rebounds and not letting them have second chance points and stopping their 3-point shooters and different things like that. And I really think the only thing that, defensively that we did halfway decent was, limiting Dielos to what he had, and that's about it. But we need a better defensive effort, and then offensively, we're just going to have to keep grinding and see if we can start putting the ball in the basket.
This Torrington bunch of kids, regardless of sport, they've had a nice bit of success just in general with their boys' high school athletics, especially if you're thinking on the football field, some of those guys carry over. So overall, confidence-wise, these guys are going to come to the gym expecting to perform well and have a chance to win. And I believe they won up at Newcastle where you guys struggled at times. Tell me a little bit about this Blazers team and what you expect from them tonight.
Oh, they got some good players. They got some tough kids that are football players and then they got some basketball players that played football too. So I mean, they got a mix, and that's always good when you have some football kids that are physical, and then they can play basketball too, and it's just not the physical part of it. That is really a tough thing to play against, and they're going to come. The Newcastle game is one of those. We struggled to stop Newcastle's two main scorers, and obviously I think they beat them by about 9. So, it's just one of those games that we're going to have to come out and compete. I'm happy that it's at Gering. I think that helps us a little bit, but our kids know that it's one of those games that they're going to give their full effort. They're going to be flying all over, getting after loose balls, and if we don't match that, it's going to be a long night.
Sounds like effort the key for tonight, our key to the game for the Gering High boys tonight. A good effort start to finish with head coach Rick Winkler here on the pregame show. That key to the game brought to you by Team Auto Center, home of the lifetime warranty you get with every new vehicle purchase at Team Auto. Coach, best of luck tonight. Thanks again for time here on KNEB with the pregame show, and Jeff will talk to you afterwards.
All right, thanks, Chris.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. We'll come back with more right after this.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more. Tow more. Go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
.edu. First for Torrington, under the direction of head coach Neil Baker, formerly at Bayard High School. They come in with a record of 8-3, riding a 2-game winning streak. They will start this way. It'll be Jordan Malm, 6'1", and a senior. Brian Lemon, 6'1", and a senior, along with Jared Lemon, 6 foot and a senior. Sam Frumenhack, 6'3", and a junior, and Josh Poston, 5'8", and a senior. As a team, Torrington scoring 60 points a game. For Gering, they come in at 4-6. Their head coach, of course, Rick Winkler, and they will start this way. It'll be Xavier Horst, 6 foot, and a senior. Bryce Sherrill, 6'4", and a junior. Henry Alvarez, 6'4", and a senior. Colton Evers, 6'3", and a junior. And Riley Shills, 6'6", and a senior. Gering trying to get back on the winning track as they lost to Scottsbluff 73-49 Saturday night. Let's take another break and we'll come back with the opening tip from Gering High School, and you're listening to high school basketball on 960 AM KNEB.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
Jeff Kelly back with you here from Gering High School tonight as we get ready for the start of the boys game. The girls game in the books. Gering girls go to 7-6 on the year with a 66-42 win over Torrington, while Torrington drops to 5-7 on the year. Our officiating crew here tonight: Tori Schwartz, Brock Ayler, Dave Hawksworth. As we get ready for the start of this one, of course, Torrington in the road maroon uniforms with gray letters and numbers across the front of the jerseys. And of course, Gering will be the home team in the home white uniforms with blue letters and numbers trimmed in gold. As we get ready for the introduction of the starting lineups, one more time for Torrington will be Jordan Hall, Brian Lemon, Jared Lemon, Sam Permanack, and Josh Poston. Brian Lemon averaging 18 points a game. Jordan Hall matching him at 18 points a game, as Jared Lemon introduced, averaging double figures at 10 points a game, along with Sam Fermanack at 10 points a game and Josh Poston at 5 points a game for Torrington. As the crowd rises to its feet for the introduction of the Gering starting lineup here tonight. Xavier Horst, the 6-foot senior, 12 points in the loss to Scottsbluff last Saturday night. There's Bryce Sherrill, the 6'4 junior. Henry Alvarez, the leading scorer for the Bulldogs Saturday night with 13 points, along with Cole Nevers. And finally, Riley Shills, the 6'6 senior, 5 points for Riley Saturday night. Ready for action here. High school basketball for you on a Tuesday night here from Gering High School. Gering on the road Friday night. They will go up to Alliance for the second meeting with Alliance. We'll have that one for you here on 960 AM KNEB. As Riley Shills will jump it up against Brian Lemon. Brian number 12, Jared number 14 for Torrington. 4 seniors, 1 junior in the starting lineup for Torrington. As we're short an official, as Tori Schwartz had to run and get the game ball. And we are going to be ready to go here from Gering High School. Glad you could join us tonight also on KNEB.TV. Tap is up and controlled by Gering. They will work from right to left. Sherrill drives, dishes down low. Evers spin move in the paint. Shot bounces around, doesn't go. There's Henry Alvarez with the rebound. Putback doesn't go. Lemon comes down with the rebound. Outlet to Malm, quickly up the floor. Torrington, right to left. Malm, left side, throws it up off the glass and throws it in. And Torrington with a quick 2-0 lead. Horst has it. Here's Evers, gets a screen from Shills on the right side. Kick it inside. Shills against the double team to the basket, off the glass and in. Riley Shills, his first 2 of the game. We're tied at 2. 7:14 left first quarter. Malm with it, right side outside to Poston. Here's Lemon to Lemon in the corner. Skip pass, 2-3 Gering zone. Malm has it, bounce high post. Furmanek drives to the basket, won't go in, rolls off. Shills there with the rebound. Quickly head Ebers into the paint to the basket. Off the glass, doesn't go. Malm comes down with the rebound for Torrington. Up the left side. Cross-court pass, posted. Right side outside, he holds it, now puts it on the floor. Top of the key, Malm, deep three, off the glass. Rebound, finally corralled by Xavier Horst. Tied at 2, 6.5 minutes left here, first quarter. Xavier, just past Evers on the right side, beyond the arc, picked up there by Malm. Kick it inside, Sherrill to the basket, count it. Bryce Sherrill, his first 2, Gering by 2. Posted quickly up the floor to the free throw line. Back to Lemon, 3-ball. Back iron, there's Henry Alvarez, pulls down the rebound for the Bulldogs, brings it up himself. Quickly kick out Horst, 3-ball, high arcing shot, misses the mark. Rebound tipped around, saved in the hands of Furmanek, throws it away though. Inside they go to Shills, off the left side, off the glass. Riley with 4, Gering by 4, 5:44 left here first quarter. Posted, down low, Furmanek to the basket, shot blocked by Alvarez, jump ball called. And the possession arrow will keep it at the Gering end, and a timeout taken by head coach Rick Winkler, a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Or you can listen to the game today. You can relive it tomorrow on the podcast page at kneb.com. Brought to you by First State Bank of Scottsbluff and Gering. And if you haven't yet, be sure to download the Elite Physical Therapy Sports app. It's the go-to sports app with the latest news and live scores. Plus, you can watch kneb.tv and listen to KNEB Sports right in the app. Download the sports app in the Apple or Google Play Store, or go to kneb.com under the sports tab. You can also check out the Elite Physical Therapy live score stream. Torrington will have it. Malm will inbound. Baseline right at the Torrington offensive end. Looking, get it in the corner. 2 posted. He'll bring it around. Give it up to Brian Lemon. To post it into the paint. Kick it out right side. Malm to the free throw line. Jumper partially blocked. And they're going to get Riley Shills on the foul. Riley will pick up his first, team's first, as Jordan Malm, the 6'1 senior, at the charity stripe. 78% on the season as he drains the first one. Got the Gering lead 2-3. Second one on the way. That one rolls around, won't fall. And Alvarez there with the rebound for Gering. Has it top of the key. Kicks it to Evers. Evers into the paint. The runner with the right hand off the glass and in. Colton Evers, his first 2. Gering by 5. 5:10 left. First quarter. Posted. Kick out. Malm spin. Nothing doing to Furmanek. Skip pass. Malm, big Euro step, throws it up at the basket and throws it in. Malm with 5 points here in the first quarter. Gering by 3. 3-ball high off the back iron, misses the mark. Outlet. Brian Lemon quickly up the floor, right side. Big Euro step. They're going to call him for traveling. Trying to split defenders. Brian Lemon gets called for traveling. Gering by 3 here in the first quarter with 4:37 left. Xavier Horst looks with it outside on the dribble. Cross court to Shills, pops out high post. Horst on the right side. Back to Alvarez. Quickly passing to Sherrill. Tries to go up with a shot. Stripped away by Brian Lemon. That'll be the first on Lemon. That'll send Bryce Sherrill to the free throw line. Bryce at the free throw line for the first time tonight. Check out Bryce Sherrill. at the free throw line. And they will give him 2 shots. A little discussion by the officials. Bryce good on the first one. They'll get another shot. First team foul on Torrington. And Bryce good on both of those. He's got 4 first quarter points. Gering leads it by 5. Brent Pazanka checks into the Gering lineup. Sherrill will take a seat on the bench. Post it into the front court for Torrington as they work from right to left. There's Malm, bounces inside to Lemon, and a pushing foul from behind. And then on Colton Evers. Second team on Gering. Torrington to inbound. Get it inside. Furmanak, turnaround low block, can't score it. Malm, rebound, put back, too short. Furmanak one more time, and he puts it in. Sam Furmanak, his first 2 of the game. Gering by 3. Has a foul away from the ball. Henry Alvarez, I think with some blood or something, so he has to come off the floor. And that'll put Cody Ferguson into the Gering lineup. Gering will have it. They will inbound at their offensive end. Pazanka looking to trigger the inbound, looking, and a timeout. No, check that, a 5-second call. Gering not able to get it on the inbound. And the turnover gives it to Torrington. They trail it by 3, 10-7 here. 3:45 left first quarter. Poston on top with the dribble, picks it up, goes in the corner. Finds Lemon, skip pass to Malm. Malm puts it on, stops at the free throw line. Back to Lemon. In the hands of Malm, down low Furmanak. Tries to whip a pass inside, finds Lemon, baseline one-hander, and this is the mark. Gering comes down with it. Pazanka on the push to the basket, can't score it, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. As the foul was on, Torrington Sam posted. He'll pick up his first, team's second, as Brett Pazanka steps to the line. Brett's first free throw up off the front rim, no good. Bryce Sherrill back into the Gering lineup. 6 points for Brett Saturday night. It's 1 of 2. And Gering leads it by 4. The other way, Malm driving. Fouled on the shot. Shot does not go in. Xavier Horst picks up the foul. He will be his first, and that'll send Brian Lemon to the free throw line. 71% this season. Drains the first one. They're going to make it a 2-point Gering lead here with 3:10 left in the first quarter. And Brian good on both of those for his first 2 points of the game. 11-9, Gering by 2. Pazanka into the front court, calls out the play. Finds Ferguson, Cody to the paint, to the basket. Shot doesn't go, they'll call him for traveling. A nice drive though by Cody Ferguson that time. But Torrington with a chance to tie it right here. As Poston with it out front, takes it right side. Finds Malm, right side outside. Tries to bounce it inside, throws it away. Picked up by Ferguson, and it's stripped away from Cody. Torrington will come the other way. Once again with a chance to tie. Lemon, kick out, Poston, deep 3, top of the key, count it. Poston with three, and Torrington takes their first lead with 2:29 left here in the first quarter at 12-11. Horse with it to the free throw line, to the paint, to the basket, crashes to the floor, blocking called. And Xavier going to that floor hard and has that sleeve on his left arm with the padding around the elbow. And they count the basket for Xavier. And he converts on the additional three-point play. And Gering takes the lead back at the 2:20 mark. As Schills checking out for Gering. Colton Evers back in. Lob it inside. Furmanek double team down low. Gets to post it in the paint. Shot blocked from behind. It goes into the hands of Jared Lemon, who puts it up and in. And we're tied at 14 with 2 minutes left here, first quarter. Sherrill off the handoff. He'll hand it to Xavier Horst. Looked at the three. Thought about it. Didn't take it. Cody Ferguson has it on the right wing to Evers. Top of the key. Colton spin move in to the paint. Blocked by Lemon into the hands of Furmanek. Furmanek all the way to the basket. Shot doesn't go. Lemon with the rebound put back. Brian Lemon with 4. Torrington by 2. Minute 29 left. Xavier Horst has it top of the key. He'll give it up to Bazenka, get a screen from Evers, kick it to the left side. Ferguson into the paint, to the basket, doesn't go, but Cody draws the foul. And he'll go to the line to shoot two as he got into the traffic, covered up that ball with 2 hands. And he'll go to the free throw line as the foul was on Torrington's Brian Lemon. He'll pick up his second here in the first quarter. 4th team foul on Torrington. Cody's first free throw in and out. Doesn't go. Cody with 3 points Saturday night and 12 minutes of play. As Brian Lemon checks out, Trace English in for Torrington. As Ferguson, second one, long rebound. Bazenka with it. His put back too strong as Tommy Ganos battling for that rebound is fouled. As the foul was on Jared Lemon, his first 5th team foul. Gering will inbound. They get it quickly into Ganos. Swing it top of the key. Sherrill will rise and fire with a 3 that doesn't go. Rebound tipped around. Alvarez comes out of there with it. Triple team. They'll give it to Sherrill to the basket on the drive. And Bryce Sherrill scores it. And we're tied at 16. 49 seconds left, first quarter. Here's Malm. Ball fake. Free throw line. Jumper counted. Malm with 7. Torrington by 2. Ganos free throw line. Kick it. Alvarez. Left side. Sherrill with it. Looking inside. Nothing doing. Back to Evers. Top of the key. Colton can't do anything with it. Top of the key on the weave. Here's Alvarez to the basket. Ball fake. Throws it up the right hand and throws it in. Tied at 18. Third tie here in this second quarter. 8 seconds left. Torrington holds it. Malm with it. Takes it to the free throw line extended. Jumper doesn't go. Sherrill pulls down the rebound. And we will end the first quarter tied at 18. 18-18 at the end of the first quarter on the West Coast scoreboard.
The Mixing Bowl in Gering, serving breakfast and lunch every day using Grandma Ruth's recipes for 5 years. Stop for lunch and try a Cali Turkey BLT or one of our gourmet burgers. Have a homemade cabbage burger or butterball soup on Thursdays, or try our weekend brunch and have cinnamon roll pancakes or the roasted duck Benedict. Stop by the Mixing Bowl on your way to work and grab a freshly baked muffin, Grebel, or Dana Kuga out of our bakery case and a specialty coffee made just for you. The Mixing Bowl, 1945 10th Street in Gering, bringing great food and great people together.
We can't warn you that karma is very real. But we can bring you Temperature Tuesdays. Runza makes it all better.
Start the second quarter here from Gering High School. We're tied at 18. Fourth tie in the first quarter as we go to the second quarter. Evers, Horst, Sherrill, Alvarez, Shills, the 5 on the floor for Gering. Evers whips it inside Horst. Nothing doing. They'll give it up high post. Quickly they work it around the arc. Sherrill drives left side, throws it up with the right hand and throws it in. Bryce Sherrill with 8 points in the game, and Gering takes the lead back by 2. Malm from way downtown, count it. Jordan Malm, NBA range 3. Torrington takes the lead back at 21-20. Zone by Torrington, but that's one way to break it as Bryce Sherrill comes right back and drains it. Bryce Sherrill with 11 points. Small works it outside. Finds Jared Lemon, top of the key. Kicks it to Malm on the left side. Kick out, English, baseline 3, count it. Grace English gets into the scorebook. 24-23, Torrington takes the lead back. Horst answering back with the air ball, but Evers there with the rebound, misses on the putback. Torrington comes down with it. Malm, dribble drive, throws it at the glass, misses the mark. Grace English rebound, putback does not go, or check that Furmanak. But he was fouled. Alvarez on the foul. Fourth team on Gering. And Furmanak at the free throw line. 60% on the year. Misses the first one. As Brian Lemon in for Jordan Lemon. Or Jared Lemon, excuse me. Furmanak's second one rolls around, won't go in. Rebound fought for. Gering pulls it down ahead. Evers back to Horst. Ball fake to the basket. Back to Evers. One hand pass. They whip it out on top. Sherrill starts a drive. Tries to whip it down low. Finds Shills. And Riley drives and scores. We go back and forth. Gering on top now. 25-24. Lemon 3-ball. Back iron high rebound. Tipped out of there. Run down. Finally picked up by Shills. Ahead to Alvarez. Bounce to Horst. Layup good. Gering quickly up the floor. And they opened up a 3-point lead with 5:44 left. First half. English whips it inside. Furmanak on the right side. Back to Malm for another deep 3. Off the front rim. English comes down with the rebound. Back to Lemon. Baseline jumper. Good. Brian Lemon with 6. Gering by 1. 5:22 left. Alvarez, dribble drive, dishes down low. Shills there. And Riley with the high percentage shot. Gering back on top by 3. Torrington right to left. Malm on the dribble against Evers. And we'll have a foul on Colton Evers. He'll pick up his second as Cody Ferguson off of the Gering bench. Cameron Murphy along with Jackson Jones in on the Torrington side. Torrington inbounds quickly. Murphy has it, whips it inside. Lemon, turnaround jumper, counted for Brian Lemon. And it's a 1-point game as Sherrill trying to answer back on the three. As Jones trying to hand it to Malm, shuffles his feet. And it'll go back to Gering. They will inbound at their offensive end as they work from left to right in this first half. Alvarez to triggered in. Baseline left, tries to fire a pass. It goes to the hands of Ferguson. Into the hands of Xavier Horst. On the dribble, looked at the three, didn't take it to Alvarez, the runner, into the paint. Doesn't go. Murphy comes down with the rebound. Malm has it. Picked up there by Horst. Dribbles to the left side, looking. They'll bounce it out back to Lemon. To Jones, and then Jones called for traveling. Turnover gives it back to Gering as Jared Lemon in for Jones on the Torrington side. Gering leading by 1 halfway through this second quarter. Horst on the dribble out front. Gives it up to Cody Ferguson. To Sherrill with a hand in his face. 3-ball, back iron as Alvarez tries to run it down, and he can't save it from going out of bounds. The turnover gives it to Torrington with 4:08 left. And Torrington can take the lead back as Malm walks it into the front court. Right side. Finds Lemon, drives, cut off. Back out on top on the wing, left side, Malm. Malm dribble drive, spin move, stripped away, regains it. Work it to Brian Lemon on the right side. Skip pass to Jared. Lob it inside, Furmanak against Shields. Bounce down low, they find Malm. Misses the shot, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Bryce Sherrill picks up the personal foul. That'll be his first, 6th team on Gering. Malm misses the first one. Here's Brett Pazankin on the Gering side. Chance to tie it right here. And Malm does so, and we're tied at 29. First tie here in this second quarter, 11 points for Jordan Malm. Get it inside. Shields has it knocked away, but the reverse layup as Riley stays with it. Gering takes the lead back by 2 as Murphy on the right side can't do anything with it. Gives it up to Malm. Cross-court pass, Lemon. And here's Brian Lemon's 3 that misses the mark. Alvarez, long down court pass. Horst on the run out, waits 2 guys to go by, then doesn't put it up, and then feeds Brett Pazanka, and Brett hits the runner. 33-29. Gering with 2:52 left. Malm, swarm, gives it up to Murphy. Skip pass to Brian Lemon out on top. Brian will bring it on the dribble, bounce it inside, pass intercepted by Cody Ferguson. Trying to get it down low to Furmanak, so Gering will have it. Ferguson on the dribble, turns hands, Horst, gets a screen. Horst, kick out, Ferguson, nothing doing. He'll ball fake, take it to the basket, but shuffle his feet. And the turnover gives the ball back to Torrington. As substitution, Sam Postman back into the Torrington lineup. He'll bring it across. Brian Lemon has it to Malm. Picked up there by Pazanka. On the dribble, spin move, puts it up, misses the mark. Into the hands of Xavier Horst. And with 2 minutes, 4 seconds left, Gering leads it by 4. Horst directing traffic at the offensive end and then throws it away as Brett went right, the pass went left. Torrington with the ball. Poston quickly to Lemon as they try to get it to Brian Lemon, and I believe that was Cody Ferguson with the hustle there. Got into that passing lane and crashed into the Gering bench. That'll bring Bryce Sherrill into the Gering lineup for Cody Ferguson. And Torrington will have the toss in their offensive end near sideline. They work from right to left. Toss it back court where Poston will run it down. And he'll bring it across for Torrington. Right side. Lemon to Lemon. Almost has it stolen away, and then Sherrill commits the personal foul. 17 foul on Gering. So Torrington in the bonus for the final minute 43 of this first half, and that'll bring Tommy Ganos into the Gering lineup. Bryce Sherrill will sit down with those two personals. Colton Evers with 2 also on the Gering side. Brian Lemon with 2 on the Torrington side in the first half. Brian Lemon drains it, shooting 71%. Gering by 3. Second one high off the back iron. Rebound pulled in by Ganos. He'll give it up to Bazanka. Gering brings him to the offensive end. As we near a minute and a half left. Alvarez spin, dumps down low to Shills, who shuffles his feet. Back to Torrington is Trace English, 6-foot senior, checking into the Torrington lineup. Into the offensive end comes Poston. One dribble, now picks it up to Malm, right side, outside. Malm looking, picked up right there by Horst. Bounce down low, they find Poston to the basket, score it, and he's fouled. Nice bounce pass from Malm to Poston. That cuts the Gering lead to 1. Foul was on Tommy Ganos. Poston on the front end. Hits the traditional three-point play, I should say. And we're tied at 33. Poston with 6. Horst looks to 3, doesn't take it. Shills pops out high post, drives it left side. Kick out to Horst. Underneath a minute, 56 seconds left. Gering working it around the arc against Torrington. Brett Pazanka takes it inside the arc. Back to Horst. Xavier on the drive. Ball fake. Turnaround over Furmanak. Can't score it. Posta comes down with the rebound. Torrington with 36 seconds left. We're tied at 33. We were tied at 18 at the end of 1. Jordan Malm. Kick out. English. Back to Jared Lemon. Jared free throw line. Underhand pass to Malm. 21 seconds left. Malm on the dribble with the left hand. Quickly in the corner to Poston on the right side. Looking. Nothing doing. Back to Malm. 10 seconds left. Malm on the dribble. He'll pull it out by the 10-second line. 4 seconds left. Malm dishes. English at the buzzer. Misses the mark. And we ended the first quarter tied at 18. We end the second quarter tied at 33. Gering and Torrington tied at 33 here at halftime on the West Coast scoreboard.
You never know when you'll need an extra French dip in Swiss. It could get lost in the car or eaten by a confused stranger. Stuff happens to sandwiches. That's why Arby's made you 2 French dip and Swiss sandwiches for just $6. For only $6, you'll always have a spare French dip and Swiss until you eat it. You'll never have to be afraid. Arby's, we have the meats.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Boys game, and girls head coach Steve Lamb joins us. His team coming off a 66-42 win, their 7th win of the year. Steve, your thoughts after tonight's game?
I thought we really got out to a good start offensively, and I think our defense really propelled it. After the first quarter, we had a 20-5 lead, and we actually shot the ball extremely well tonight from the perimeter. That's what really got us going. And, once you got that 20-point lead, you have to really be careful about getting complacent. I thought we did that a couple times in the second half. With Torrington played us even that third quarter, and I wasn't real thrilled about that. But, our kids picked it up and finished on a 13-8 spurt to end the fourth quarter. But Torrington has some really good, tough post kids inside. They just struggle from the perimeter shooting the ball, so we try to work on our 2-3 zone, but, we're getting better at it, but we still got a ways to go with our 2-3 zone.
You talked to Chris in the pregame about the second quarter you had against Scottsbluff Saturday night. Really no difficulties there. How much did you said you worked on that this week in practice? It looked like a lot of that work paid off.
Yeah, we ended up scoring 21 points in the second quarter as well. So I thought we didn't have the lapses. We really talked about not taking bad shots. And I thought I counted about 5 or 6 in my head that we took the whole game, which I was excited about because some teams can take 11 to 15, 16 shots that aren't very good. But I thought we did a good job of recognizing good shots, and we played a little bit more inside out tonight, and that's where we stepped into some shots and made them. So hopefully the video's paying off.
You had some very balanced scoring. You had 8 players in the scorebook tonight. You had 3 in double figures. That seems to kind of been the way you've been going in these games that you've done well in. The scoring's been kind of spread around.
Yeah, really, that's what we really want. Jenna's still continuing to rebound the heck out of that basketball. And anytime you get 3 kids in double figures, I'm excited about that. And then we had some 8, 6, 6. I think Macy Boggs had 9. So, we almost had several people in double figures. Anytime you put 66 points on the board, you have a good shot at winning. So I was happy about that. Then we're going to turn our attention to Alliance. It'll be a tough ball game up there at Friday night. We beat them twice, and beating a team 3 times in a season is tough. At their place, they're going to be waiting for us, and they'll give us their best effort up there come Friday night.
Do you change anything going into the game against Alliance as far as the previous 2 meetings with them?
Yeah, we'll change a few things, but the base things are there for us, and their guards are getting better at the perimeter, so some of them 40 traps and things that we got the first part of the season, we may or may not get that. It seems like they're handling the ball, they're getting a little bit of more seasoning under the belt, and their post kids are really, really tough, so we got to stay out of foul trouble and really work the ball and knock down a few shots, and we should be in good shape.
All right, we'll look forward to it Friday night. A good win tonight. Let's keep it going.
All right, thanks, Jeff.
All right, Steve Land joins us here at halftime of the boys' game, where we're tied at 33, but the girls come away with a 66-42 win over Torrington. In this one, as I said, we were tied at 18 at the end of the first quarter. 4 ties in that first quarter. We had 2 ties in the second quarter. Both teams with 15 points in the second quarter, and we are tied at 33 here at halftime from Gering High School on the West Coast scoreboard.
Byers Realty would like to remind everyone that school is back in session, so make sure and watch for little ones in crosswalks. Be mindful of school speed zones, and take a second to double check for pedestrians and bicyclists. We want all of our young students to have a wonderful and safe year. Visit callbyersrealty.com or stop by the office on Avenue B, next to Bumper to Bumper. The Panhandle's best, Byers Realty. Community strong, community proud. We have what you're looking for.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Halftime here from Gering High School in the boys game. We are tied at 33. Time to look at the numbers, brought to you by Arby's, the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. For Torrington here at halftime, one player in double figures, that's Jordan Malm with 11 points. And a deep three by Jordan in that second quarter helped with that scoring at 11 points here at halftime. 9 points for Brian Lemon, points for Josh Poston, 3 points at halftime for Trace English, and 2 points each at halftime for figures. Here at halftime, Bryce Sherrill with 11 and Riley Shills with 10. 5 points at halftime for Xavier Horst, 3 for Brett Bazanka, Henry Alvarez, and Cole Nembers with 2 points each for the Gering Bulldogs here at halftime. Gering out on the floor. Torrington yet to emerge from the locker room, so we will take another break. But at halftime, Gering and Torrington tied at 33 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
My big secret for designing a quality kitchen on a budget is J&K Cabinetry. They have all the great standard features that my clients love. Solid wood doors and frames, soft close doors and drawers, dovetail joinery. The quality is amazing. J&K Cabinetry has 17 beautiful locations, sells directly to designers, contractors, and dealers, and provides plenty of options for a semi-custom look. But the most important thing is having a satisfied client and just seeing how much they love their kitchen. J&K Cabinetry, a new kitchen around you.
ZM Lumber in Scottsbluff, your local headquarters for J&K Cabinetry.
Tied at 18 at the end of the first 8 minutes. So we'll see what this second half has to offer. And as you heard, head coach Steve Land on the girls' side this weekend, or this Friday, I should say, we will be in Alliance as a boy-girl doubleheader against Alliance, and the Gering girls will try to get to 8-6 on the year as they travel to Alliance, but tonight they get a 66-42 win over Torrington. Gering came into this game 4-6. Torrington at 8-3. They had wins Friday night over Wheatland, and then turned around Saturday night and defeated Burns, while Gering split the weekend, winning Friday night here at home against Shadron and losing Saturday night against Scottsbluff out at Western Nebraska Community College. And of course, with the construction going on here at the high school right now, the administration thought it'd be a good idea to take that first meeting between Gering and Scottsbluff out to the Palace on the campus of Western Nebraska Community College. And there was a Scottsbluff twin killing as both the Scottsbluff girls and boys came away with wins Saturday night. Ready for second half action. It'll be Evers, Alvarez, Sherrill, Horst, and Shills on the floor for Gering. For Torrington, Malm, Lemon, Bryant and Jarrett, Furmanak, and Poston, as Torrington has it to start this second half. As Lemon works with it, as Jarrett with a three that misses the mark. Long rebound run down. Malm has it, kicks it to Brian Lemon, Three ball that misses, Jared Lemon, three ball misses the mark, gets his own rebound, reverse layup doesn't go. Bryan comes down with the rebound. Try to kick it inside the post into the basket. They throw it away. And the turnover gives it back to Gering. And a 30-second timeout taken by Gering. Jeff Kelly coming to you tonight from the Logos broadcast booth. And stop in the Logos and the guys will custom design it, print it, and have it ready for the game. There's no job too big or too small for Logos in downtown Gering. So a nice showing by the girls in the game prior to this. We said they get their 7th win of the year. And a lot better second quarter than they had Saturday night against Scottsbluff. Out of the timeout. Gering has it. They work from right to left. Alvarez, three ball counted. Alvarez breaks the 33-all tie with his first three of the game. Gering by 3. Poston with it, looking inside for Fermanek on the right side. Can do it. Brian Lemon on top. As they try to get a pass to Lemon, tipped away by Alvarez. Ahead to Horst on the run out, goes up and under with the right hand on the right side. 38-33, Lemon answers back. For Torrington, 3-point ball game in the corner. Sherrill with it for Gering, quickly swing it to the left side. Alvarez into the paint, head fake goes up, draws the foul. And the foul was on Jared Lemon. He'll pick up his second personal, first team on Torrington. It's Henry Alvarez who led all scorers for Gering Saturday night with 13. His 6th point. Trying to make it a 5-point Gering lead right here. Second one on the way. Henry drains them both. 7 points for Alvarez, and Gering with a 5-point lead. 6:21 left third quarter. Lemon has it on the left wing. Malm pops out top of the key, gets the pass. Head fake. Looking, picked up right there. Brian Lemon with it. Starts to drive left side. Big Euro step to the basket, off the glass, doesn't go. Rebound tipped around. Lemon gets it right back. Dumps it down low to Malm, who puts it up and in. Malm with Gering by 3. Sherrill drives left side, loses the handle. Loose ball into the hands of Alvarez. Henry on the left wing. He'll give it up to Ebers. Drug a foot to Horst with a 3, misses the mark. Sherrill rebound. Foot back doesn't go, but the ball was stripped out of his hands. It'll remain at the Gering end with 5:31 left here in the third quarter. As Evers will trigger the inbound at the Gering offensive end. Baseline left. Quickly into Alvarez. Nobody there. And Henry lays it up and in. Over Fermanek. Had his back turned to him. Posting out front for Torrington. Turns, hands it to Malm. Malm will take it to 3. The bounce it down low. Back to Poston. Shot blocked by Horst. On the outlet. Back to Horst from Evers. Xavier drives, loses the handle. Tap it to Ebers for a high arcing 3 that misses the mark. Shills rebound, putback doesn't go. Riley draws the foul. And he'll go to the line. Foul was on Torrington Sam Fermanek. Picks up his first. 2 shots for Riley Shills. As Gering has opened up a 5-point lead. Make it 6. Riley in double figures at halftime. At 10. Second one on the way. Bounces off. Sherrill runs down the rebound. Put back Comes up a little bit short as Fermanek pulls down the rebound. He'll give it up to Malm. Malm into the offensive end, spin move. Fermanek drives, kick out. Lemon, deep three. Back iron, high rebound. Rebound can't be saved from going out of bounds as Lemon and Poston going after it. And they couldn't corral it. And it gives it to Gering with a 6-point lead. Horst walks it into the front court, takes it on the dribble, right side, kick it inside to Shills, takes a dribble that he didn't need to, ball stripped away. Lemon on the run out, layup good. Brian Lemon with 13. 43-39, but Gering answers back. Bryce Sherrill on the layup. 3-ball Lemon, back iron. Shills pulls down the rebound. Gering quickly out of the way. Alvarez on the dribble. One-hand pass right side. Sherrill has it. Lob it inside. Shills tipped away. Brian Lemon on the run out. Left side of the basket. Shot goes, and he's fouled. Brian Lemon with 15 points in the game. And he'll go to the line to try and complete the traditional three-point play. As the foul was on Xavier Horst, his second, team's first, as Brett Pazanka checks in. 71% from the free throw line for Brian Lemon. He has 16 as he converts on the traditional three-point play. Pressure by Torrington. They trail it by 5. Pazanka into the front court, up the far sideline to the basket, throws it up off the glass. Malm comes down with it for Torrington. Into the free throw line, spin, pass stolen away by Sherrill. Bryce on the run out, that's stripped away by Lemon. Loose ball tipped around. It'll remain with Gering as Pazanka was down on the floor with Lemon. But Lemon was the last one to touch it. So Gering will inbound as Trace English. We'll check in for Malm on the Torrington side. Pazanka on the toss in, looking, gets it into Shills, and Riley scores it. Riley having a big game with 12. Gering by 5. Poston on the dribble drive, almost knocked away. Now he loses the handle, and they're going to call a foul as Sam Poston will go to the free throw line. That'll be on Xavier Horst, his third. Only the second team on Gering. Torrington will have to toss it in. 5-second call on. Poston at the 10-second line. Pulls it down. Inside. They go to Fermanek. Shot doesn't go. But they'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. As the foul was on 13 foul. And Henry Alvarez, a guilty party, his second. Fermanek, that one rolls around and goes in. Fermanek with his first points here in the second half. 47-43. Fermanek 60% from the free throw line this season. That second one on the way. He's got 4 tonight. Gering by 3. 3:07 left as Brady Radzimski into the Gering lineup. Gives it to Sherrill. The Pazanka drives. Head fake into the paint. Off the glass. Shot doesn't go. Putback doesn't go. Long outlet to Malm. Malm into the paint. Spin move off the glass. Doesn't go. Rebound fought for. Last touch by Torrington. Pressure by Torrington. Brady Radzimski, a 5'10 sophomore. as Alvarez has it into the offensive end. Into the corner, 3-ball. Sherrill off the mark. Small pulls it down. He'll bring it across. 3 can tie. They go inside to Fermanek. Nothing doing. He'll have to kick it out, trying to look for Lemon. Tosses it out of bounds. And a turnover gives the ball back to Gering. With 2:25 left in the third quarter. We were tied at 18 at the end of one at 33 at halftime. Radzimski, drive, dish. Sherrill drives to the basket and lays it in. Bryce Sherrill with 15. And Gering's lead back to 5. Deep 3, Malm once again, too strong. Lemon there with the rebound, tried a no-look pass. Down low to English. Couldn't be handled. Turnover gives it back to Gering. Poston and Jones into the Torrington lineup as Cody Ferguson checks back in. Pressure by Torrington. They get it into Horst, into the hands of Alvarez. Avoids the trap, but the ball almost thrown away, and then it over and back as Horst stepped on the midcourt stripe and called for over and back. And the turnover gives it to Torrington with 1:50 left here in the third quarter. Gering by 5. Dawson gives it to Poston. Brings it midcourt. Malm on the right wing. Back to Poston. Deep 3, top of the cleat. Glances off the front of the rim. Quickly in the hands of Sherrill. To Horst from the right corner. 3-ball, too strong. Ferguson. Rebound put back, but he was fouled. And that'll put Cody Ferguson at the line, the foul. On Torrington's Cameron Murphy, he picks up his first, team's third. As Cody Ferguson looking to get into the scorebook. In and out on that one. As Riley Shills checks into the Gering lineup. Bryce Sherrill will take a seat on the bench. Exactly 90 seconds left here in the third quarter. As Ferguson drains the second of 2. And a timeout on the floor. 1:30 left in the game. Full timeout. 49-44. Gering on top on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more. Tow more. Go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
Back at Gering High School, score correction. I think I said now they change it to 50. I knew he made that second free throw. 50-44, so I was correct. As Malm has it for Torrington. Back to Poston on the right wing. He'll drive, pull up, jumper, misses everything. Into the hands of Alvarez. Henry will bring it across with 1:12 left. Looking, he'll find Brett Pazanka. Brett holds the ball, now goes from left to right. Finds Cody Ferguson. He'll turn, hand the ball to Alvarez. Alvarez tries to bounce it inside to Shills, not kicked out of bounds by Murphy. Keep it at the Gering end with 57 seconds left in the third quarter. Gering leads at 50-44. Inbound comes to Pazanka. He'll direct traffic. Has it on the right side against Malm. Alvarez, right side, Horst. Down along the corner baseline, Pazanka. 42 seconds left. Kick out to Horst. Cross-court pass, Alvarez. Looking inside for the high percentage shot. It's Ferguson on the dribble. One dribble back to Horst. Shills get a high screen for Horst. He'll hand it to Ferguson. Back to Pazanka. 24 seconds left. 50-44. Gering on top. Gering playing for the last shot. Pazanka with 18. Now 16. In the corner, Horst on the left side. Lob it inside. Shills. Stolen away by Brian Lemon. 7 seconds left. Lemon into the paint, to the basket, off the glass, doesn't go. Shills with 1 second left, ahead to Horst at the buzzer, off the glass, it won't go. And we end the third quarter not in a tie, but Gering with a 6-point lead at 50-44 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
With the new year comes resolutions. Complete your resolution to replace your windows by calling Renewal by Andersen. And right now is your last chance to buy 2019 windows at 2018 prices. Plus, pay nothing until 2020. That's right. You will get 20% off every window and door, plus no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. And free window diagnosis, free in-home estimate, and free removal and disposal of your old windows. Hurry. This offer ends February 15th. Call 472-2199 to take advantage of this offer before the 2018 prices are gone.
Back for the final 8 minutes here from Gering High School in the boys game, and Gering with a 6-point lead. Gering outscoring Torrington 17-11 in that third quarter. Bulldogs with the ball to start this final 8 minutes. Shills with it, back to Horst, wide open for a three. Can't score it. Colton Evers rebound, put back on the other side. Evers with 4. 52-44, Gering at the Torrington offensive end as they move left to right, as Jared tries to hit Brian with a pass and throws it away. And Gering will have it. Pressure in the backcourt. Poston comes up, picks up Xavier Horst. Xavier into the front court on the right side. Evers bounce down low. Shills spin move, they'll call him for the offensive foul as he crashed into Brian Lemon. That'll be the second on Riley. So give it back to Torrington. Trailing it by 8. Brian Lemon into the paint. Off the glass, doesn't go. Bryce Sherrill there with the rebound, loses the handle, stolen away by Lemon to the basket, can't complete it as Jared throws up the rebound as Furmanek there, he can't score. 3 chances for Torrington. Finally Alvarez corrals the rebound for Gering and they'll come the other way. Alvarez drives, dishes, Shills, jumper misses the mark as a pushing foul. Called on Shills as he went after that missed shot. That'll be the third on Riley, 5th team on Gering. Poston in the front court. Furmanek on the wing, out on top. Brian Lemon to the free throw line, nothing doing. Back to Malm. He has it on the right wing. On the dribble drive, kick out to Jared Lemon. Jumper inside the arc, high off the glass. Rebound into the hands of Horst, ahead to Alvarez. Cross-court pass, Horst on the right side, back to Henry. Picked up there, he'll get a screen. Henry drives, off the glass, doesn't go. Furmanek pulls down the rebound for Torrington. Malm with it. Takes it to the right wing to Furmanek. Bounce back to Malm. Down low against Evers. Off the glass and in. Jordan Malm with 15. 52-46. Pressure by Torrington. Horst has it. Bring it up the far sideline. Gering right to left in the second half. Into the front court. Xavier spin move in the paint. Got tripped as he was going to the basket, and the foul was on Torrington Sam Poston. Fourth team foul on Torrington. Second on Poston. Brett Pazanka will check in and trigger the inbounds pass. Looking. Finally he'll find Shills on the left side in the corner with the dribble. Gives it up to Horst on the left wing. Out on top, Pazanka, right side, Alvarez. He'll take it, a deep three. Henry off the side iron. Long rebound comes down to Malm. Pass stripped or stolen away by Horst. Has the ball, lost the handle. Picked up by Malm on the run out to the basket. Off the glass and in. Malm was 17. 52-48 at the Gering end. Sherrill answers right back for the Bulldogs. He's got 17 in the game. 54-48, deep three, Malm. He rolls around, won't fall. Sherrill gets it ahead. Pazanko bringing it to the offensive end for Gering. Finds Horst on the right side, top of the key, Alvarez. Left side, pass goes through the hands of Sherrill. And then he's fouled by Brian Lemon. Brian Lemon will pick up his third personal foul. 5th team foul on the Blazers. And a timeout taken by Torrington head coach Neil Baker. 4:42 left in the game. 54-48. Torrington leads. Gering leads Torrington on the West Coast scoreboard.
When was the last time you were at Teacher's Corner? We're now TC and more. Come see what you've been missing. Clothing, jewelry, flags, home decor, toys, American made. Stop in and see what you've been missing. TC and more, downtown Scottsbluff.
Quarter inside, Sherrill, pull-up jumper, good. Nice, Sherrill, 19 points. 56-48 Gering. The Torrington offensive end, Lemon, three ball, back iron, long rebound, run down by Furmanek. Back to Malm on the right side, he drives, goes to the basket, shot doesn't go. But Malm draws the foul. As the foul was on Bryce Sherrill, he picks up his third personal. 16. Malm, as we told you, 78% from the line. Drains that one for his 18th point on the night. Make it 19 as he drains them both. And the Gering lead cut to 6. 4:19 left in the game. As Alvarez tries to thread a pass, stolen away by Torrington. Posts him to the basket, off the glass, doesn't go. Good hustles, he tries to run down his own rebound. And Alvarez called for the foul. That's a 17 foul, so Torrington in the bonus for this final 4:08. Henry Alvarez picks up his third personal. First front end to the 1-and-1 missed. Brzanka comes down with the rebound and a little bit of a half-court trap being thrown up by Torrington as Malm tips that pass out of play. It'll remain at the Gering end. Found to Brzanka, back to Alvarez on the left side. Henry puts it on the floor. To the free throw line, back to Horst. Xavier picked up there by Poston. Puts it on the floor, into the paint, tries to dish down low, trying to find Shills cutting to the basket, and he throws it away. Give it back to Torrington. They trail it by 6. It's Poston into the front court. Left side pass. Lemon to Fermanak, back to Malm. Ball fake, pull-up jumper from the free throw line, count it. Malm with 21. 4-point Gering lead. Half-court pressure. Gering breaks it to a cutting Bryce Sherrill, and he'll get called for the offensive foul. And for Bryce, that'll be his 4th personal. Torrington will have it. Trailing by 4. 3:19 left in the game. Malm on the right wing. Holds it. Now he'll bring it top of the key. Go to Poston on the left side. He holds it down in the corner. Back to Lemon. Out on top, Brian Lemon. 3 ball on the way. Count it. 19 points. And we've got a 1-point ball game with 2:53 left in the game. Pressure by Torrington. Alvarez with it to Brzanka. Brett into the paint, throws it up with the left hand, doesn't go. On the run out, Brian Lemon all the way to the basket, off the glass, doesn't go. Rebound tipped around, Horst runs it down. Xavier up the left side, dishes, Shills, layup, won't go. Bryce Sherrill rebound, rolls around and goes in. Bryce Sherrill with 25 points tonight. 58-55. We're going to keep it here through this timeout. And remind you to be with us Friday. We'll come to you from Alliance High School as Gering travels to Alliance to take on a Battle of the Bulldogs. And we'll have the girls game for you, roughly tipping off about 5:30 with the boys game to follow. And Chris Cottrell will bring you Scottsbluff action from Rapid City, South Dakota, as this is the weekend that Scottsbluff plays Rapid City, both the Rapid City schools on back-to-back weekends. So Friday night it will be Rapid City Central in Rapid City, and Saturday night Rapid City Stevens comes to Scottsbluff. Chris will have that action for you on 101.7 The Trail. So out of the timeout, Torrington will have it. They can tie it with the 3. Poston into the front court for the Blazers. Gives it to Lemon. Pull-up jumper off the front rim. Off the rebound, Lemon gets it, can't score it. But he was fouled. And Brian Lemon with 19 points in this game will go to the free throw line, and that is the 5th personal foul on Bryce Sherrill, and he fouls out with 2:15 left in the game, as that brings Colton Evers back into the Gering lineup. 2 shots for Brian Lemon. Off the front rim with the first one. Averaging 18 points a game. At 19 right now. Second one on the way to try and cut it to a 2-point Gering lead, and he does. 58-56, Brian Lemon with an even 20. Pressure by Torrington. Horst with it in the backcourt. Back to Bazenka, quickly head Shills. Raleigh to the basket, dumps it down low. Evers can't do anything with it. Back to Shills, baseline, jumper in and out. Rebound comes down to Jared Lemon. Jared to Bryant. Off the basket, doesn't go. Gering the other way, head to Shills. Wide open three, Horst in and out. Bazenka with the rebound, put back, doesn't go. But Brett draws the foul with 1:46 left in the game. 16 foul on Torrington, as the foul was on Jared Lemon, his third. Zanka's first one in. Brett Bazanka makes it a 3-point Gering lead. Second one on the way by Bazanka. He drains them both. Gering by 4 as Cody Ferguson checks in for the Bulldogs in the home white uniforms tonight. Blue letters and numbers trimmed in gold. Posted into the front court for Torrington in the road maroon uniforms tonight. Malm looks at the deep three, won't pull the trigger. Tries a cross-court pass that's kicked by Evers with 1:37 left. Torrington will inbound. Check that. Jared Lemon will trigger it in. Backcourt to Posted. Back to Lemon. To Malm. To Brian Lemon from the right side. Doesn't go. Furmanak comes down with the rebound. And we've got a foul on Riley Shills. Riley picks up his 4th. And Sam Furmanak, the 6'3" junior. 60% from the line this season. First one around the rim and out. Bazanka back into the Gering lineup for Cody Ferguson. Second one on the way by Furmanak. That one rolls around, won't go. Gering with the ball in a 4-point lead with 1:26 left in the game. Bazanka into the front court, Gering right to left. Evers hands it to Horst. Horst by the 10-second line. Finds Evers. Evers picked up there by Lemon. As Alvarez pops out. Henry with it. On the dribble, left hand. On the weave, Horst pops out. Minute left in the game. Bounce to the left side. Evers, big step, tried to kick it out, and Evers gets called for traveling. Turn it back over to Torrington with 55 seconds left in the game. Cody Ferguson back in for Bazanka on the Gering side. 60-56. Gering by 4 as Poston lets it roll. He'll pick it up in the Torrington offensive end. Underhand pass to Malm. Malm on the dribble, pull up from 12, front rim, rebound comes down. Cody Ferguson wraps it up with 2 hands. Alvarez, 44 seconds left. Alvarez fouled by Malm. And that's the 17th foul on Torrington. So that puts Gering in the bonus and sends Henry Alvarez to the free throw line. Jackson Jones back into the Torrington lineup for Furmanak. Alvarez hits the front end. He's got 10. 5-point Gering lead. He'll look to make it 6. Henry with 13 points. High scorer for Gering Saturday night. He drains them both. He's got 11. It's a 6-point lead for Gering. Here's Lemon, drives to the basket, flips it with the left hand, doesn't go. Malm, rebound, put back. 23 points for Jordan Malm. And a full timeout we'll keep it right here with 35 seconds left. Stay with us. We'll have the post-game show that's catered by Runza. We will give you the final numbers brought to you by Arby's. And we will have our Taco John's player of the game. Our Taco John's player of the game in the girls' game. Macy Boggs with 9 points tonight, all from beyond the arc. Poor Macy Boggs, who slammed her thumb in a car door a little over a week ago, but has not really missed a beat. Played Friday night against Shadron, played Saturday against Scottsbluff. And 9 points tonight. Poor Macy Boggs. So out of the timeout, Fermanac, Malm, Brian and Jared Lemon, and Sam Poston for Torrington. And for Gering, Shills, Pazanka, Horst, Evers, Alvarez. 5 on the floor for Gering. As Torrington sets up full court pressure with 35 seconds left. Trailing by 4. Alvarez to Triggered in, quickly to Pazanka in the backcourt, back to Alvarez. Henry will put it on the floor, trying to avoid the double team, ahead to Horst. Horst spins out, gets into the Gering offensive end, trying to avoid the double team, and then he's fouled by Poston. And we've got some action away from the ball, as official Tori Schwartz talking to Jared Lemon and Xavier Horst. Jackson Jones in for Torrington. Fermanac will take a seat on the bench with 23 seconds left. Xavier Horst with the 1-and-1. First one, long rebound, run down by Torrington. Malm with it, 19 seconds left. Malm top of the key to Lemon, 3-ball off the back iron. Ebers skies for the rebound, and he's fouled as he brings down the rebound with 12 seconds left in the game. Colton Evers pulling that rebound down with one hand. So we'll walk to the Gering end, and Evers to shoot a 1-and-1 with 12 seconds left. 19 foul on Torrington. Evers hits the front end. 5 for him. 63-58. And a timeout taken by Neil Baker, a 30-second timeout. So if things go according to form, Gering will go to 5-6 on the year. And Torrington will have a 2-game winning streak snapped here tonight against Gering. So out of the timeout. 12 seconds left, 12.4 if you want to be exact. And Colton Evers try and make it 64-58, and he does. Evers with 6 at the Torrington end. Malm step back, and it's blocked by Xavier Horst. Knocked out of bounds with 5.6 seconds left. Gering by 6. And Neil Baker wants a timeout. Once again, we'll keep it right here. Is not quite sure is Tori Schwartz, Neil Baker discussing it. And he's got the whistle. Full timeout. I thought we were going to get a coach teed up here, but we'll keep it right here from Gering High School. Once again, be with us Friday night from Alliance High School. Boy-girl doubleheader here on 960 AM. Chris Cottrell from Rapid City, South Dakota on 101.7 The Trail. And Chris will have action for you Saturday from Scottsbluff High School as the other Rapid City High School will be in town. 5.6 seconds left. Torrington to inbound. Poston quickly gets it to Malm. 3-ball, count it. 26 for Jordan Malm. And it's a 3-point Gering lead. Another 30-second timeout. And I filled up my score sheet here, so I have to move some stuff around so we can keep track of this. But 2.3 seconds left. Gering will have the ball out of the timeout. Gering led 50-44 at the end of the third quarter after we were tied at the end of one and at halftime. Here, Ebers, Alvarez, Pazanka, Horst, Shills on the floor for Gering. Full court pressure by the Blazers. Henry Alvarez to trigger it in. Alvarez looking, gets it into Horst. Toss it down for Evers, and the clock will run out, and Gering will come away with a 64-61 win here tonight to go to 5-6 on the year. Torrington drops to 8-4. Their two-game winning streak snapped here tonight in Gering. Once again, your final score from Gering High School: Gering 64, Torrington 61 on the West Coast scoreboard.
The kids need to run off some energy after school or too cold to play outside? Bring them to Planet Bounce at the Monument Mall. With many bounce houses, a concession stand, and the largest redemption arcade around, Planet Bounce has hours of fun. Call today to schedule your birthday party, or ask Ron about renting a bounce house for your party, office party, or corporate event. Open Wednesday through Sunday, Planet Bounce Family Fun Center at the Monument Mall.
You never know when you'll need an extra French dip in Swiss. It could get lost in the car or eaten by a confused stranger. Stuff happens to sandwiches. That's why Arby's made you 2 French dip and Swiss sandwiches for just $6. For only $6, you'll always have a spare French dip and Swiss until you eat it. You'll never have to be afraid. Arby's, we have the meats.
.64-61, Gering comes away with a hard-fought three-point win here tonight over Torrington to go to 5-6 on the year. And for Torrington, they dropped to 8-4 on the year, and their two-game winning streak is snapped here tonight on a Tuesday night in Gering. Game started out, went back and forth. Lead changed hands a couple of times, and we were tied 4 times in the first quarter, and we ended up the first quarter tied at 18. One tie in the second quarter. Ended up the second quarter and at halftime tied at 33, both teams scoring 15 points. Into the third quarter, Gering opened up a lead of 5 points at different points in the third quarter. They outscored Torrington 17-11 in the third quarter to lead 50-44 at the end of 3. And down the stretch in the fourth quarter, Torrington outscored Gering 17-14. They had it cut to a 3-point lead at 64-61, but were not able to capitalize and tie the game with a 3. And they come away with a 64-61 loss here tonight. We will come back and look at the numbers as the post-game show is catered by Runza, proud sponsors of Gering High School. Runza makes it all better. But once again, your final score: Gering 64, Torrington 61 on the Wesco scoreboard.
The kids need to run off some energy after school or too cold to play outside? Bring them to Planet Bounce at the Monument Mall. With many bounce houses, a concession stand, and the largest redemption arcade around, Planet Bounce has hours of fun. Call today to schedule your birthday party, or ask Ron about renting a bounce house for your party, office party, or corporate event. Open Wednesday through Sunday, Planet Bounce Family Fun Center at the Monument Mall.
And welcome back to Gering High School. The boys get a 64-61 win to go to 5-6 on the year, and head coach Rick Winkler joins us here on the Runza post-game show. Had to take a little bit of a breath in that fourth quarter. It got a little tight, didn't it?
Yeah, and I knew it would. I mean, they're a team that's a pretty good team. You know, they'll battle the whole way, and we knew that. We were just hoping that we would make a few more stops and that we would put the ball in the basket, attack a little bit. We had some things where we kind of rushed a few things here and there, trying to handle a little press they had at the end, but I think overall we did pretty well.
They had two players in double figures, but Jordan Malm and Brian Lemon, they're good from anywhere on the court. It seems like a couple of deep threes by Malm early in the fourth quarter. How much did you kind of focus on them coming into this game?
We tried to, and it's tough to really focus on them because they can shoot the three if you leave them open, or they can drive to the basket. They're very athletic. They're good basketball players. So, I thought we put our two best defenders on them, and they tried to hold them down, and I don't know what they had, but it's 26 and 20.
Yeah, that's unofficial. That's what I had.
So, they're what their offense and everything goes through, so it's going to be tough to hold them down. But then holding everybody else, not to maybe what they score usually is probably the key sometimes in that.
What kind of things did you work on? You didn't have a lot of turnaround time from Saturday night. What kind of things did you work on?
What we really talked to a lot of them at that we didn't do against Scottsbluff is attack the basket and finish. And we worked on a few finishing drills around the basket, and we still had a few issues with that, but Bryce Sherrill, he's one that was, sometimes just thinking a little too much out there, and I told him just to go out there and play and don't worry about, if he messes up or whatever, and I think he had 20-some points, 21, or somewhere around there. So, he did what he wanted to do. He did what I've seen in the summer. He did what I've seen in practice most of the time. It just hasn't happened in the game until now, and that's something that we need.
This team seemed to play with a lot more energy tonight than it did Saturday night. I mean, there's a lot of energy Saturday night, but it just seemed like everybody was a step faster than they were Saturday night.
You know what I think part of that is if that Scottsbluff game maybe would have been at our gym here, I think it might have been a little bit of the same look energy-wise. I just think that playing at the college sometimes takes a little bit out of, you don't have it's your home game, but you're not on your home floor, which we play really well here. And I think, maybe that has something to do with it a little bit. But, Scottsbluff's a pretty good team, so, maybe that has a lot to do with it too.
So moving ahead, you got Alliance Friday night. What do you look forward from them?
That's going to be another tough game. It's a team that can attack the basket. It's a team that can shoot from outside. So we're going to have the same type of effort and maybe even a little more to stay in the game and to beat them. We played them tough here, but playing down there is a whole different story. So we'll get back to practice and work on the things we need to and see if we can go down there and give them a game.
All right, good win for you here tonight. Let's keep it going.
All right, thank you.
All right, Rick Winkler joins us here on the Runza post-game show. And now let's take a look at the numbers brought to you by Arby's, the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. First on the Torrington side of the ledger, leading the way, Jordan Malm, 26 points in the contest, 11 at halftime. He puts in 15 in the second half for his 26 points. 20 points tonight for Brian Lemon, the 6'1 senior, 9 at halftime. 11 in the second half. Everybody else, though, in double figures. Josh Poston with 6, Trace English with 3, Sam Furmanak with 4, and Jared Lemon with only 2 points tonight as Torrington drops to 8 and 4. We'll come back, look at the numbers for Gering, as the post-game show is catered by Runza Restaurants, proud sponsor of Gering High School. Runza makes it all better as Gering wins it over Torrington 64-61 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
Byers Realty would like to remind everyone that school is back in session, so make sure and watch for little ones in crosswalks. Be mindful of school speed zones, and take a second to double check for pedestrians and bicyclists. We want all of our young students to have a wonderful and safe year. Visit callbyersrealty.com or stop by the office on Avenue B, next to Bumper. The Panhandle's best, Byers Realty. Community strong, community proud. We have what you're looking for.
64-61, Gering boys get their 5th win on the year over Torrington tonight. And the final scoring totals here for Gering, as we've got 3 players in double figures for the Bulldogs tonight, led by Bryce Sherrill. 21 points for Bryce tonight before he fouled out with 2 minutes 15 seconds left in the game. 11 in each half for Bryce Sherrill. He ends with 21. Henry Alvarez tonight with 11 points, 2 at halftime. He has 9 in the second half. And Riley Shields ends with a dozen tonight, 10 at halftime. A big first half for Riley, only 2 in the second half for Riley Shields. 7 points tonight for Xavier Horst, Brett Pazanka with 5. Colton Ebers ends up with 6. And Cody Ferguson with 1 point tonight from the free throw line. Well, the player of the game is brought to you by Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gering. Make Taco John's a game day tradition by unwrapping the original before or after every game. Our Taco John's player of the game tonight, Bryce Sherrill, the 6'4 junior. 21 points tonight, 11 points in each half before he fouls out with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. But before that, he ends with 21 points tonight, our Taco John's player of the game. Back to wrap things up here from Gering High School as the Gering boys get a 64-61 win over Torrington on the West Coast scoreboard.
The Mixing Bowl in Gering, serving breakfast and lunch every day using Grandma Ruth's recipes for 5 years. Stop for lunch and try a Cali Turkey BLT or one of our gourmet burgers. Have a homemade cabbage burger or butterball soup on Thursdays, or try our weekend brunch and have cinnamon roll pancakes or the roasted duck Benedict. Stop by the Mixing Bowl on your way to work and grab a freshly baked muffin, Grebel, or Dana Kuga out of our bakery case and a specialty coffee made just for you. The Mixing Bowl, 1945 10th Street in Gering, bringing great food and great people together.
Back one final time here at Gering High School, as it's a Gering doubleheader win. The girls go to 7-6 on the year as they win 66-42, and the boys get their 5th win of the year as they defeat Torrington 64-61. So stay with us. We'll have action for you Friday from Alliance High School here on 960 AM KNEB. Chris Cottrell with action from Rapid City as Scottsbluff travels to Rapid City. We'll have that one on 101.7 The Trail. I'd like to thank all of the crew, TJ and everyone from KNEB.TV bringing you the pictures tonight on Allo Channel 15, Mobius Channel 1500. And thanks to Olivia back at the KNEB studios running the controls there. And from Gering High School, I'm Jeff Kelly. Good evening, everyone. Thank you.